The starters are loosening up. The grounds crew is putting the finishing touches on the field. And the anthem singer is warming up. It's time for the on-deck circle. Now, with a preview of today's game, here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
The starters are loosening up. The grounds crew is putting the finishing touches on the field. And the anthem singer is warming up. It's time for the on-deck circle. Now, with a preview of today's game, here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
And a very good afternoon to you, and welcome to Salt Lake Bees baseball on a gorgeous day here in Salt Lake City. It's the Bees taking on the Tacoma Rainiers in Game 3 of the scheduled 4-game series. Each team picking up a W so far, with the Bees winning 17-7 in a rout here on Friday night. Last night, Salt Lake led 3-1 after 6, but Tacoma scored 3 in the 7th, 2 of them unearned, 1 more in the 9th, and go on to defeat the Bees by a score of 5-4. So that brings Tacoma back to within a half game of the first-place Bees in the Pacific North Division. Portland a winner at Fresno last night, 6-4, so the Beavers back to within 2.5. And Colorado Springs picks up a win. They're now by a final of 8-3. They're now 10-19, 7.5 games behind Salt Lake, again in the Pacific North Division. The season series now even at 3 wins apiece, and obviously the season series important in a lot of ways, not the least of which, if there's a tie at the end of the year, the head-to-head season series determines the divisional winner. So each and every game within the division, an important situation for Salt Lake, who right now carry a record of 8-5 in division games. 5-2 against Portland, 3-3 with Tacoma, and they have yet to see the Colorado Springs Sky Sox. Again, a beautiful afternoon. The pitching matchup should be a good one. It is on paper. It'll be right-hander Dustin Mosley with a record of 4-1 on the hill for Salt Lake. And for Tacoma, it'll be right-hander Clinton Najat. His record is 3-1. When we come back, we'll recap what happened here last night as the Rainiers rallied for a win over the Bees. Right after this 2-minute timeout, you're in the on-deck circle on ESPN 1230.
Next.
Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Say, anyone ever tell you you look like Patricia Heaton?
Oh, thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you had me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi, I'm...
the driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me.
Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and terrine tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you with auditions?
For quality and selection, Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
More Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1230 AM.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where last night a crowd of over 7,200 saw a pretty good ball game. Tacoma drew first blood with one out in the first inning. Adam Jones doubled to left as Dallas McPherson tried to make the leaping catch but could only slow down the baseball. With two outs, Mike Morse walked, putting runners at first and second, with two out for former Buzzman Todd Sears. Now Weaver ready, facing the left-hand hitting Sears. The pitch swung on and ripped into right field, a base hit. Here comes Jones around third with the first run of the ball game. The throw goes through to third, and safe there is Mike Morris. It's an RBI single for Todd Sears, and Tacoma takes a 1-0 lead. But the Bees would come right back in the bottom of the first to tie it. Eric Ibar would line a single off the body of the pitcher, Cha Sung-Beck. He steals second, moved to third on a wild pitch, and scored on a pass ball to tie it up at one apiece. It stayed tied until the fifth inning with two outs and nobody on for Brian Speck. The 0-2 pitch, Beck swings, and it's a high fly ball deep down the right field line. If it stays fair, it's gone. It's up there, and it is gone. A home run for Brian Speck down the right field line. His third of the year, and the Bees take a 2-1 lead. So 2-1 at that point, and Dallas McPherson would extend the lead by a run with two outs and nobody on in the sixth inning. The 0-1 pitch, McPherson swings, and it's a high, towering fly ball to right. That ball's up there, it's out there, and it is gone! A home run for Dallas McPherson, and it's 3-1 Salt Lake. But the Rainiers would rally in the very next half inning as Drubal Cabrera would lead off with a home run off relief pitcher Nathan Bland. 1 out later, Scott Youngbauer lined a single to left, bringing Shin-Soo Choo to the plate. Now Bland ready, and the 0-2 pitch to Choo. Swung on and lifted to center field. Willits racing back, still going back, and at the edge of the warning track, falls down. The ball's off his glove. Rounding third and heading for home is Youngbauer. The throw to the plate won't be in time. To third base goes Choo, and we're all tied at 3-3. So 3-3 at that point with a runner at third base. Still only one out. The infield is drawn in for Adam Jones. Now the 3-2 payoff pitch to Jones. Swinging a ground ball to third. McPherson's got it. Comes home with a throw, and it hits the runner and deflects over by the Bees dugout. The run scores, and onto second base goes Adam Jones, and it's now 4-3 Tacoma. The Rainiers would add a run in the ninth inning. In the bottom of the ninth, Nick Gorneau would walk, move to third on a single to right by Jeff Mathis, and score on Curtis Pride's sacrifice fly. But Mike Elward struck out to win the ball game, and Tacoma had themselves a 5-4 win. When we come back, we'll take a look at the other scores around baseball on this Sunday afternoon as we check out the Abra scoreboard next on ESPN 1230.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates and tenors. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Next.
Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Say, anyone ever tell you you look like Patricia Heaton?
Oh, thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you had me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi, I'm...
the driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me.
Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and terrine tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you with auditions?
For quality and selection, Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Dreaming of owning your own home? Cypress Credit Union would like to make your dream a reality with fantastic rates on low-fee construction and mortgage loans. Visit cypresscu.com or speak to a mortgage specialist at 260-7600. We'll help you determine your home buying power and the loan that best fits your needs. Mention this ad and we'll waive the $175 processing fee when you get your mortgage.
Cypress Credit Union, your future is our future.
Equal housing lender.
Now more Salt Lake Beach baseball on ESPN 1230 AM. Here's Steve Klauke.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Time now for our first look at today's Abra scoreboard. Windshield chips or cracks got you down? Let the specialist at Abra take the worry out of your glass replacement or repair. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule your appointment. First of all, in the Pacific Coast League, New Orleans and Nashville fresh maybe after playing 31, or actually playing a lot of innings yesterday, finishing off that game that was suspended after 18 innings, playing 24 before New Orleans won it 5-4. And then the regularly scheduled game, Nashville won, but today New Orleans leads 6-0 in the bottom of the second inning at Greer Stadium in Nashville. At Colorado Springs, they're in the third with Las Vegas leading 2-0. Willie Ibar with his 7th home run of the year for Las Vegas. Omaha is at Round Rock, where the Express are looking for their 9th straight win. 0-0 that score, with Round Rock batting in the bottom of the third. Memphis got a home run from Carlos Duncan in the bottom of the second inning. It's now Memphis 2 and Iowa 0. Oklahoma at Albuquerque, just underway. Later on, Sacramento hosts Tucson, and Portland visits Fresno. In the major leagues, they've played 5 at Boston. The Red Sox crushing the Orioles 9-2. Jason Varitek with a first inning grand slam for Boston. After 6.5 in Chicago, the White Sox and the Royals are tied 2-2. In the 6th inning at Texas, the Yankees with a 5-run fourth, now leading the Rangers 6-1. Hideki Matsui with his 5th home run of the year. In the 7th at the Metrodome, Minnesota leads Detroit 4-2. Later on, Tampa Bay is at Oakland. Cleveland visits Seattle. Earlier today, the Angels managed only 2 hits in a 3-1 loss at Toronto. In the National League, it was Pittsburgh falling at Washington by a score of 5-4. Jose Guillen with his 3rd home run of the year. Bottom of the 8th at Florida, St. Louis leads the Marlins 7-1. Atlanta crushing the Mets at Shea 13-1 in the 8th. After 3 in Denver, Houston leads Colorado 1-0. Later on, the Cubs are at San Diego. The Dodgers host Milwaukee. Cincinnati's at Arizona, and San Francisco visits Philadelphia. That's your Abra scoreboard. Back with the starting lineups right after this 2-minute timeout. You're in the on-deck circle on ESPN 1230.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the best tire warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. Big O's free replacement warranty is the best in the business and gives you free services with your tires like balancing, rotating, and flat repair. Plus, with Big O Tires speed lane service, you can have your tires mounted, balanced, and on your vehicle in 20 minutes or less. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
Hi, Stock Exchange? Hi. Can I speak with a bell ringer? Yeah, that's the person who rings that morning bell. Oh, well, I have an announcement to make. Oh, see, I need to tell everyone on the exchange floor that I'm selling my home. Yeah, that's right, I'm selling my home. Oh, well, I need the Dow to stay up. Give those stockbrokers a little added motivation, keep the economy moving so my home will sell faster. Well, it can't hurt.
Okay, so you can't influence the economy, but choosing a Coldwell Banker residential brokerage agent will help you get the best price for your home, no matter what the market conditions are. Coldwell Banker agents are the most well-trained real estate professionals in the business. They're at the cutting edge of local and national market trends. They use the most advanced marketing tools in the industry, and they specialize in strategically positioning your home so it sells on your terms. Get every advantage when you sell your home.
Yep, still me. Still holding for that bell ringer person.
Call a Coldwell Banker professional in your neighborhood or visit utahhomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
Here's Papa John himself to tell you about Papa John's specialty pizzas.
A specialty pizza with unexpected taste. That's the way I like it. Choose any of our specialty pizzas like Hawaiian barbecue chicken, the works, the meat, or garden fresh. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John.
Limited delivery area, charges may apply.
Now back to more Salt Lake Bees baseball with Steve Klauke on ESPN 1230 AM.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Time to get you ready for today's game by bringing you the starting lineup brought to you by Salt Lake City Credit Union. Above and beyond every day. For the visiting Tacoma Rainiers, managed by Dave Brundage, leading off the left fielder, Shin Soo Choo. Batting second and playing right field, T.J. Vaughn. Hitting third and playing third base, Greg Dobbs. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Mike Morse. Hitting fifth, the first baseman, Todd Sears. Batting sixth and playing center field, Adam Jones. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Asdrubal Cabrera. Hitting eighth and catching, Guillermo Quiros. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Scott Youngbauer. Pitching for the Rainiers will be right-hander Clint DeJotte. For the homestanding Salt Lake Bees, managed by Brian Harper, here's how Brian filled out his lineup card, leading off the center fielder, Reggie Willett. Batting second, the shortstop, Brian Speck. Hitting third and playing right field, Nick Corneau. Batting cleanup, the third baseman, Dallas McPherson. Hitting fifth, the designated hitter, Jeff Mathis. Batting sixth and playing first base, Kendry Morales. Batting seventh and playing left field, Curtis Pride. Hitting eighth and catching, Ryan Buddy. And batting ninth is the second baseman, Casey Smith. Pitching for the Bees will be right-hander Dustin Mosley. Just a reminder that if the Bees pitching staff combines to strike out 10 or more batters in a 9-inning game, Cal Solio Distributors and Kendall Oil will donate $300 to the Multiple Sclerosis Society of Utah. Kendall Super D3 engine oil, designed to give you what you need. It's the Bees and the Rainiers on a Sunday afternoon. It's a beautiful day, so come on over. Bees baseball is coming up next. It's the Bees and the Rainiers here on ESPN 1230.
This has been the On Deck Circle, a comprehensive look at today's game. The first pitch is right around the corner, so stay tuned. Salt Lake Bees baseball is coming up next on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.
Next. Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Hey, anyone ever tell you you look like Patricia Heaton?
Thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you had me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi, I'm...
the driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me.
Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and serene tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you with auditions?
For quality and selection, Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind, to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car, there's a guy you know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
The starting pitchers are ready. The lineups have been exchanged. And the hot dogs are ready to go. It's time to play ball. Salt Lake Bees baseball is on the air. Now let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
And a very good afternoon once again, and welcome to Salt Lake Bees baseball on a picture postcard perfect afternoon. It's the Bees and the Tacoma Rainiers in Game 3 of a 4-game series here at Franklin Covey Field. The Bees and Rainiers having split the series, so as it was when the series began on Friday evening, Salt Lake with just a 1/2 game lead over Tacoma in the North Division of the Pacific Conference of the PCL. Again, a situation where so far this year in the first month of the season, Salt Lake has been no more than a game and a half up and no more than a game and a half back in the standings right now, with Portland lurking in third place, 2.5 behind the division leaders. So the Bees and Rainiers getting ready to square off. Dustin Mosley, a little bit late start in warming up down in the right field bullpen, so we may be a couple of minutes behind here today as we get you ready for the ball game. Again, a beautiful sunshiny day, the second to last game of this homestand. The two teams will square off tomorrow night at 6:30 before the Bees hit the road for an 8-game trip. 4 games at Omaha beginning Tuesday night, and then 4 games at Iowa beginning next Saturday night. Again, a tough one for the Bees last night as their late inning troubles continue. The Bees really struggling as far as the late portions of the game are concerned. So the Bees hoping to turn things around here as they are now 4-9 in close games. That's right, they have won 4 and lost 9 in games decided by 2 runs or less. So the Bees getting ready to square off against the Rainiers. Dustin Mosley still warming up. The umpires still haven't come out, and they should be out about 5 minutes ago. So the umpires are late. Everybody running a little bit behind here at the ballpark. Again, the Bees without the services of Juan Rivera, as Rivera is headed back to Toronto to rejoin the Angels. As the Angels are going to be placing Darren Erstad on the disabled list. He's got a sore foot, so Rivera needed, and boy, the Angels need some offense. Again, they only managed 2 hits today in a 3-1 loss at Toronto. So Rivera, while he was here, went 5 for 9 with 3 doubles, a homer, and 6 runs batted in. So Mosley still warming up down the right field line, and again, still waiting for the umpires to make their way out of the tunnel before we get our ball game underway here on this Sunday afternoon. So the Bees, Mosley just about finished. Now it looks like he has finished his work down the right field line. Been a great series between these two teams other than the one blowout win for the Bees on Friday. All the games have been tight between these two teams. As the umpires now make their way towards home plate. Dustin Mosley making his way to the first base dugout as well. So the Bees getting ready to square off against the Rainiers. Brian Harper bringing the lineup card to home plate, and Dave Myers doing so for Tacoma. The Bees for the first time wearing their black tops at home, the black tops with the gold numerals and lettering trimmed in white, a very sharp look for the ball club. Those shirts double as their batting practice tops. Tacoma wearing their road grays with the navy blue numerals and lettering trimmed in teal, much like their parent club, the Seattle Mariners. So in just a moment, the Bees will take the field and will be ready to go. The St. Vincent School Band will be playing the national anthem here this afternoon. And it's a beautiful day. A bit of a wind out of the south, which means it's blowing in from right field. Could knock a ball down going to right, but could help a ball hit in the air towards left field. So just waiting for the lineup cards to be exchanged. Ryan Harper in his first year as the manager here in Salt Lake after 5 years at the rookie league level, the Angels Arizona Summer League in Mesa. Of course, that team will now be playing in Tempe at the brand new complex that they have built for the minor leagues just adjacent to Diablo Stadium in Tempe, the spring home of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. So now the Bees getting ready to take the field. Let's take them around to their positions defensively. Curtis Pride in left, Reggie Willits in center, and Nick Corneau is in right. Dallas McPherson at third, Brian Specht at short, Casey Smith at second, and Kendry Morales will be at first. A battery of Dustin Mosley pitching and Ryan Buddy catching. And so before we get our ball game underway, let's enjoy the playing of our national anthem by the St. Vincent School. Again, the St. Vincent School Band playing our national anthem as we get you ready for Bees baseball here on a Sunday afternoon. Again, it's a beautiful day, so if you're just hanging around the house or driving around, come on over and enjoy today's game between the Bees and the Rainiers. And Dustin Mosley goes to the mound, grabs the rosin bag, gets the baseball from catcher Ryan Buddy, and begins his warm-up. Dustin Mosley making his 7th start in 28 innings. He's given up 25 hits, 12 runs, 10 of them earned. He has struck out 23 and walked 11, hit 2 batters, and thrown 1 wild pitch. He surrendered 3 home runs. Mosley is 4-1 with a 3.21 earned run average. The PCL batting .243 against Mosley. This pitching matchup between Mosley and Najat was scheduled last Saturday in Tacoma. Each pitcher throwing 1 inning before play was suspended by rain. So they finally get to match up here this afternoon. As a matter of fact, both pitchers worked a 1-2-3 first inning in Tacoma before the rains came. So Mosley, 6'4", 190 in his 6th year out of Texarkana, Texas. As a matter of fact, going back, both pitchers then threw the following Monday. Having only had to throw 1 inning on Saturday, they were able to come right back a couple of days later. Mosley with an 88 to 92 mile per hour fastball, a cut fastball, a curve, and a changeup. Again, Dustin featuring a new delivery this year in which he does not bring his hands up above his shoulder and throws the ball from the far third base side of the pitching rubber. Then 345 down the left field line, 315 down the right field line, 420 to straightaway center field. Looks like that wind has shifted a bit. It's now out of the northwest, which means it is blowing straight out. Manager Dave Brundage coaching at third base for the Rainiers, and Coach Dave Myers is over at first. And the leadoff hitter will be Shin-Soo Choo, batting .317, 3 doubles, 5 homers, 12 runs batted in. Sit back, relax, and enjoy as Salt Lake Bees baseball is on the air for a Sunday afternoon from Salt Lake City. Choo with 3 hits and 10 at-bats so far in this series. Scored the go-ahead run in the 7th last night as Mosley's first pitch to Choo is a chopper up the third base side, fielded by McPherson. The throw to first in plenty of time for the out. Chu got a late break out of the batter's box on a check swing hopper right to McPherson, who was playing in the first place. So one away.
Number 32. T.J. Bond.
Brings up T.J. Bond, the right fielder, hitting .250, 5 doubles, 4 homers, 12 runs batted in. Hitless in 5 at-bats in this series, and he has just 1 hit in 16 at-bats against the Bees this season. Outfield, playing Bond a couple of steps around towards left. In Mosley, a 1-2-3 inning against the Rainiers in that outing on the 29th of April. There's a breaking ball low, ball 1 to the right-hand batter. And the Bees with a win would go a game and a half up on Tacoma. A Rainiers win would put them a half game ahead, leapfrogging over the Bees. There's another curveball missing low, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Bond last year spent most of the season at Double-A San Antonio, where he had 6 hitting streaks of 5 games or more. The 2-0 delivery. Strike, and it's an ease, 2-1. Was with Tacoma late in the season and in the postseason run that the Rainiers had to the PCL Finals, where they were defeated by Nashville 3-0. Here's a swing and a liner into center field, a base hit. Played on the second hop by Reggie Willits, and so T.J. Bond aboard with a 1-out single.
Batting third is the third baseman, number 29, Greg Dobbs.
Here's Greg Dobbs, the third baseman, hitting .283, 2 doubles, a triple, 5 homers, and 15 runs batted in. 3 for 10 in the series. Mosley, in his last outing, defeated Las Vegas here on May the 1st, which was last Monday, even though it wasn't the best of outings, giving up 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned in 5 innings, with 4 walks and 2 strikeouts. Mosley ready from the belt. The pitch. Curveball in at the knees, a strike, and it's 0-1. Mosley started the year by winning his first 3 starts, 2 against Tucson and 1 against Las Vegas. Then lost at Portland, had that no decision with Tacoma, and then got the win against the 51s here on Monday. The 1-strike pitch to Dobbs, started after it, held up, and the pitch missed low for a ball. 1-1 the count. Infield double play depth. They've turned 30 so far this year. Mosley, last year 0-1, losing his only start against the Rainiers last year. The 1-1 pitch into the dirt, blocked by the catcher, Buddy. The hitter Dobbs quickly with a hand up, indicating to T.J. Bond at first not to run. And so the count 2-1 on Greg Dobbs. Again, last year the Rainiers won 11 of the 16 meetings and ended up beating out the Bees by 1 game in the standings. If Salt Lake wins just 1 of those games that they lost, then they would have won the division championship. Pickoff throw to first is high, and Morales has to come off the bag to snare it. 2 balls, 1 strike the count on Dobbs. And the infield double play depth, a different look to the infield today, with Eric Ibar getting only his 2nd day off. The pitch, swinging a ground ball foul at the first base side, 2-2. Ryan Speck moving over to play shortstop. Casey Smith is in at second base. So a runner at first, 1 out. Brian Speck, the only other player besides Ibar to start a game at shortstop for the Bees this year, and this is just his 2nd start. So 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on the left-hand hitting Greg Dobbs. Now Mosley ready. Bond the lead at first base. The pitch, swing and a tap foul out in front of an off-speed pitch. And the count's 2-1, or 2-2 rather, on Dobbs. Mosley, of course, 17 starts last year before missing the last 6 weeks due to a sore right shoulder. Two balls, 2 strikes. Now Mosley ready, the 2-2. Up high, fills the count at 3-2, so look for Bond to be on the move here. He's 4 out of 5 in the stolen base department as it is. And he'll probably be off and running with this pitch. Three and 2 the count. Now Mosley sets. There goes the runner. The pitch is grounded through the hole into left field, a base hit. Vaughn will take the turn at second and advance to third as Speck shaded up the middle with the runner going, and Dobbs just slapped it through the empty spot on the left side of the infield. So the Rainiers looking to grab the early lead as they have runners at first and third, one out for Mike Morse. Batting 192, 6 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, 16 runs batted in. 0 for 4 in this series. But he has gotten on base. He's been walked 5 times in the first 2 games of the series, one of them intentional. First pitch to Morse on the way is up high, ball 1. Again, the infield double play depth. Morse being played to pull again. The breeze blowing out here on a Sunday afternoon. Now Mosley, the 1-0. Swung on, chopped to the right side, backhanded by Morales, goes to second for 1. Relay back to Mosley, covering, safe. As he was off the bag, the throw goes off his glove. A run scores, and it's 1-0 Tacoma. Morales opting to try for the double play instead of going home with the throw. They got Dobbs, but again, Mosley late a little bit getting over to first base, and when he took the throw, he was straddling the bag, but not on it, so even if he had caught the throw, they would not have recorded the out. So 3-6, the force out on Dobbs, and it's 1-0 Tacoma as Bond scores. Morse is at first as he drives in his 17th run of the year, his second RBI this season against Salt Lake. Brings up Todd Sears, the first baseman. 3-0-1 hitter, and the first pitch low and inside a ball. Snap throw to first, bounces in, and smothered against the chest by Morales to keep it from going down the line. 4 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, and 14 runs batted in for Sears. 1 for 7 in this series. Former Buzz left-hander Mark Redmond having his best outing of the year through 7 innings. Leaves the game tied with Chicago at 2-2 for Kansas City. The throw to first base, close, but Morse gets back in with a head-first dive. One ball to count on the left-handed hitting Todd Sears. Smith deep at second base. Again the quick throw, and a head-first dive again by Morse gets him back in safely. One ball, no strikes. Opposing base runners 5 out of 7 in the stolen base department with Mosley on the mound. There's a swing and a tap foul, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ryan Buddy, on the other hand, behind the plate. In his duty, has thrown out 3 out of 6 would-be base stealers this year. Mosley, the 1-1. Sears takes a fastball high, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Outfield straight away for the left-hand batter who spent the last weekend of the 2000 season with the Buzz, as well as all throughout the postseason in their run to the PCL Finals against Memphis. 2-1 delivery, a strike on the outside corner at the knees, 2-2. And Sears can't believe it as he takes a glance back towards the home plate umpire. Dave Brundage going through the signs over at third with Morris at first, 2 out, a run in. Tacoma leading 1-0 as they score a run at the top of the first inning for the second straight game. Throw to first. This time they got him. Morse picked off by Dustin Mosley. Dave Myers there to argue with the first base umpire. 1-3. I don't know if he's arguing the pickoff or if possibly a balk, but either way, the pickoff is recorded. 1-3, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. As we go to the bottom of the first, it's Tacoma 1, Salt Lake coming to bat on ESPN 1230.
If you're in the market for a home theater system or a new TV, RC Willey is the only place to shop. No one has a larger selection of complete home theater systems, high-definition big screens, flat panel LCD, and plasma TVs. Items are in stock for same-day delivery. Choose from the name brands you prefer, including Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, Mitsubishi, and Toshiba. Come in today and find out how you can pay 0 interest for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more. RC Willey, one place, so many possibilities.
It's back, and the sequel is even hotter than the original. It's Honda's Spring into Action 2 sales event at Plaza Cycle. Honda's blockbuster sales event returns with more thrills, more savings, and more action than ever. Starring Honda's off-road competition bikes, the CRF 450X and the CRF 250X. This time, the story includes zero down payment, zero interest, and zero payments until 2007 upon approved credit with your Honda card. And how about this for a plot twist? Take advantage of $150 in bonus bucks with select 2005 models and get $500 in factory-to-dealer incentives on select CRF models. Spring into Action 2. Now playing at Plaza Cycle, 1379 West, 3300 South, Salt Lake. Hurry in. You've got to move fast or get left behind. After 9 months, minimum fixed monthly payment of 2.5% original balance, 18.9% fixed APR through GE Money Bank. Bonus bucks and factory-to-dealer incentive good with purchase on selected models. Topic good through 5/30/106. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Now let's go back to the ballpark for more Salt Lake Bees baseball. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
We go to the bottom of the first inning defensively for Tacoma. Shin-Soo Choo in left, Adam Jones in center, and T.J. Bond in right. Greg Dobbs at third, Asdrubal Cabrera at short. Scott Youngbauer at second, and Todd Sears is at first. A battery of Clint Najat pitching, and Guillermo Quiros catching. For Najat, his sixth start of the year in 22 and a third innings. He's given up 22 hits, 13 runs, 10 of them earned. He has struck out 13 and walked 13. One hit batter, 3 wild pitches, and 1 home run allowed. Najat 3-1 with a 4.03 earned run average. The PCL batting .272 against right-hander Clint Najat. So Najat to face Reggie Willett. Again, Eric Ibar being given the day off. Batting .323, 4 doubles, 2 triples, 1 homer, and 11 runs batted in. Willett shows bunt, takes outside a ball off the glove of Quiros, 1-0. Again, Najat worked a 1-2-3 first inning on April 29th against the Bees before the rains came. His last outing, a start at Colorado Springs, he got the victory over the Sky Sox. As Willett takes a fastball down the middle, is strike 1-1. Gave up 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 7 hits in 5 innings with 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. A little bit inside at the belt. 2-1 the count on Reggie, who's 3 for 7 in this series. Dobbs even with the bag at third. Now comes into the edge of the grass as Najat delivers the 2-1. Fastball outside, 3-1 the count on Willett. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Najat, who is 6'3", 225 in his 7th professional season. This is his 7th appearance, his 4th start against Salt Lake. He is 0-2 lifetime against Salt Lake. The 3-1 pitch to Willett, swung on and lifted foul. Third base side and onto the roof, filling the count at 3-2. Last year he made 3 relief appearances late in the season against Salt Lake. He missed the first 3 months with a strained left forearm and was only used in the bullpen during the latter stages of the season after he did come back. A 3-2 payoff pitch, and Willett grounds one towards third. Dobbs in and to his left has it. The sidearm throw to first gets Reggie by a step. 1 away here in the Salt Lake first. That'll bring up Ryan Speck, batting in the number 2 spot, hitting .279, 3 doubles, 3 homers, and 9 runs batted in. Speck has homered in his last 2 games played, including last night. Once again, Dobbs in at third for Speck as Najat delivers. And it's inside at the knees, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Now Najat's pitch. Speck shows bunt, takes a strike, 1-1. Just to correct myself, Najat did work a 1-2-3 first inning against the Bees on the 29th, but he did face 2 batters. One of them came in to score in the second inning. The rains coming after 2 batters into the second. The 1-1 pitch. Speck swings. It's a slow bouncer to the right side. Youngbauer, the second baseman, in for it. Gloves it and throws him out. 2 up, 2 down.
Batting third is the right fielder, number 22,
Brings up Nick Gorneau, the right fielder, batting .286. 6 doubles, 2 triples, 4 homers, 20 runs batted in. Gorneau 2 for 8 with a triple and 2 RBI in this series. So 2 outs and the base is empty for the Bees here in the bottom of the first, 1-0 Tacoma. The shot pitch, fastball strike on the inside corner at the knees, 0-1. The shot, a 5th round pick in 1999 by the Mariners, as Gorneau takes low to even the count at 1-1. Picked up right out of high school. Low 90s fastball, good slider for Nijat. 1 ball, 1 strike on Gorneau. Now the pitch inside as he leans back out of the way, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Outfield playing Gorneau to pull a little bit towards left field. The shot ready, the 2-1. Swung on, bounced toward short, dropped by the shortstop Cabrera, picks it back up, throws to first, and still gets Gorneau by a step. 3 up, 3 down, go the Bees in the first at the end of 1. It's Tacoma 1, the Bees nothing on ESPN 1230.
In mind, I envision delicately crunchy greens, warm orange glazed chicken, crisp snow peas nestled next to tender edamame and sweet succulent mandarin oranges. My mind drifts as I add rich, ripe red peppers, toasted almonds, and finish it all off with a light sesame ginger dressing, Newman's own low-fat variety. McDonald's new Asian salad, one of 4 premium salads, is now a delicious reality. I'm loving it at participating McDonald's.
Before you try McDonald's premium roast coffee and a warm-tasting McGriddles breakfast sandwich, there's something you should know. These 2 items have a way of bringing everything into life-affirming focus. It's Megan.
Hi.
Megan had a fresh brewed premium roast and McGriddles for the first time today.
And that's when I found out I'm a talented singer-songwriter and a natural blonde.
Well, she is a singer-songwriter.
I'm going to start every day this way.
McGriddles and premium roast coffee, richer and bolder than our previous blend. Wake up and smell your life.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Okay, I didn't actually write that.
At participating McDonald's.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond, every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
More Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1230 AM.
And we go to the second inning, 1-0 Tacoma. It'll be Todd Sears, Adam Jones, and Asdrubal Cabrera due up to face right-hander Dustin Mosley. Sears was at the plate when Mike Morse was picked off to end the first inning. Just a reminder that if the Bees turn a triple play today, Albertsons will donate $1,000 worth of groceries to the Utah Food Bank. Albertsons, a proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Bees. That happened last Monday when the Bees pulled off the triple play against Las Vegas. So here's Todd Sears to start things off. First pitch on the way from Mosley, and Sears swings and he misses at a breaking ball, strike 1. Todd Sears has bounced around a bit since leaving the Twins organization. Now the 0-1. Swung on and ripped foul at the first base side, and the count goes to 0-2. Was traded to San Diego in 2003. Played 1 game for the Padres in 2004, but missed the rest of the season with a back injury and was on the disabled list last year. He played at AA and AAA in the Marlins system. The 0-2 pitch is here. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. He struck him out. First strikeout for Dustin Mosley, and there's 1 down here in the second. That'll bring up Adam Jones, the center fielder. Jones, a .266 hitter, 4 doubles, a triple, 6 homers, 17 runs batted in. Has 2 hits in the series, both for extra bases, a double and a home run. He's also driven in 3. Doubled in the first inning yesterday and scored the initial run of the game for the Rainiers. There's a swing. And a foul tip into the glove of the catcher Buddy for a strike, and it's 0-1. Again, Jones awaits the 0-1. misses downstairs. The count's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Jones originally drafted in 2003 in the first round as a shortstop by the Mariners. Some teams wanted to draft him as a pitcher. The 1-1 pitch, curveball low, 2-1 as they clocked him as a high school pitcher at 96 miles per hour with his fastball. So not surprisingly, Baseball America has him rated as having the best outfield arm in the Mariners organization. The 2-1 from Mosley. Swung on, chopped toward short. Speck charges, glove. That one took a low bounce, but he stayed with it and throws to first for the out. Looked like that was going to be a nice belt-high bounce, but it stayed down. But Bryan stayed down as well and was able to make the play cleanly for the second out of the inning. Brings up Asdrubal Cabrera, batting .326, 5 doubles, a homer, and 7 runs batted in. Cabrera 1 for 8 in the series. That 1 hit, though, a home run to lead off the 7th inning last night, starting off the Rainiers' 3-run rally. His first home run of the year. He only hit 5 all of last year. He shows bunt and misses. Tried to run up and bunt it, but came up empty, and the count's 0-1 to the left-hand batter. A switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Mosley. Now Dustin winds the 0-1. Swung on and line to center field, a base hit. Willits comes in to play it on the roll, and so Asdrubal Cabrera is aboard with a 2-out single, hit number 3 for Tacoma.
Number 44, Guillermo Quiros.
Here's Guillermo Quiros batting .333, 3 doubles and 5 runs batted in. His first appearance in this series after going 1 for 7 against Salt Lake pitching last weekend in Tacoma. Throw to first base, and the runner's back. 2 out, a runner at first, draws another throw, close, but he got the right hand in ahead of the tag. Cabrera has not had a lot of success on the base paths. He has 1 stolen base, and he's been thrown out 3 times. Now Mosley's pitch. Quiros takes a curveball over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Quiros claimed off waivers at the end of spring training by the Mariners from the Toronto Blue Jays. He actually appeared in 12 games for the Jays last year. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss, 0-2. He actually, over the last couple of seasons, appeared in 20 games for Toronto, hitting .205. No homers, 10 runs batted in. Did appear in 1 game early this season for the Mariners and struck out in both of his plate appearances. No balls, 2 strikes. Mosley delivers. Runner goes, and the fastball is fouled back to the base of the screen, so we'll do it again at 0-2. 2 strikes the count on the right-hand batter. Top of the second inning, 1-0 Rainiers. P.J. Bond scoring on a Mike Morse fielder's choice in the top of the first inning. Outfield straight away for Quiros. The infield back as Mosley turns and tosses to first. Again a close play, and again Cabrera's back in with the right hand ahead of the tag of Kendry Morales. The folks enjoying the grass berm in the outfield with the blankets, laying down, watching the ball game. The 0-2 pitch, curveball outside, 1-2 as Cabrera bluffed the move over at first base. And the final game of the series and of the homestand tomorrow night at 6:30. These and the Rainiers. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There goes the runner. The pitch is swung at and missed. He struck him out, and that retires the side. Second punch out of the inning for Dustin Mosley. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left. As we go to the bottom of the second, it's Tacoma 1, the Bees nothing on ESPN 1230.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions. to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
Here's Papa John himself to tell you about Papa John's specialty pizzas.
A specialty pizza with an unexpected taste. That's the way I like it. Choose any of our specialty pizzas like Hawaiian barbecue chicken, the works, the meat, or garden fresh. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John.
Limited delivery area, charges may apply.
Now more Salt Lake City baseball on ESPN 1230 AM. Here's Steve Klauke.
We go to the bottom of the second inning. Dallas McPherson, Jeff Mathis, and Kendry Morales due up to face right-hander Clinton Najat. Just a reminder that if a Bees player hits for the cycle at home this season during a regulation 9-inning game, you could win $10,000 in the SMC Capital Management Hit for the Cycle contest, courtesy of Gary Gigi of SMC Capital Management. Register to win at the Franklin Covey Field Customer Service booth. And don't forget to check out www.retirementsource.net for more information on SMC Capital Management, Architects of Wealth. Here's Dallas McPherson hitting .232, 9 doubles, 3 triples, 6 homers, 20 runs batted in for the left-hand hitter. Clinton Najat's first pitch to McPherson is lying towards right, but T.J. Bond drifting towards the corner is there, and he'll punt it away. 1 pitch, 1 out. Brings up Jeff Mathis, the designated hitter. Mathis' third game in a Salt Lake uniform after being sent down by the Angels. Mathis hitting .375 so far, 3 for 8, 1 double, and 2 runs batted in. Mathis trying to regain his stroke and his confidence at the plate after hitting just .103 for the Angels. First pitch swinging, comes up empty, a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Najat has 15 appearances, 5 starts in the big leagues with the Mariners, going 1-6 for Seattle. The 0-1 pitch, fastball up and in, leans Mathis back out of the way. That evens the count at 1-1. The injuries have slowed Najat's progress. We mentioned the strained left forearm, I should say strained right forearm last year that caused him to miss the first 3 months of the season. Also missed time with a lower back strain in 04, elbow tendonitis in 03, as there's a fastball on the inside corner, a strike at 1-2. That after leading all the minor leagues with 214 strikeouts in 2002. A 1-2 pitch to Mathis. Breaking ball low, and that evens the count at 2-2. Drove up I-5 a couple of weeks ago for 1 appearance with the Mariners and gave up 3 earned runs in 1 inning against the Tigers on April 23rd. The 2-2 to Mathis. Breaking ball, strike 3 called on the inside corner at the belt. Pretty evident early on, this umpire has an extended inside corner. So 2 out. That'll bring up Kendry Morales batting .248. 3 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, and 13 runs batted in. Morales sat out last night's game after going 2 for 5 on Friday. So 2 outs, base is empty as Clinton Najat's retired. The first 5 batters he's faced. Pitch to Morales, and it's an easy strike, and it's 0-1. Kendry, a switch hitter, batting from the left side against the right-hander Najat. Outfield shaded towards left as the big right-hander deals. Morales swings and lifts one in the air towards left. Shin-Soo Choo drifting back to the warning track at the wall, reaches up and hauls it in. He was jogging back there. That ball with the wind behind it started to carry, and he had to race back at the last moment as he was able to turn on the afterburners and run that one down. So 3 up and 3 down here in the second, and at the end of 2 it remains Tacoma 1, the Bees nothing on ESPN 1230.
It's back, and the sequel is even hotter than the original. It's Honda's Spring into Action 2 sales event at Plaza Cycle. Honda's blockbuster sales event returns with more thrills, more savings, and more action than ever. starring Honda's off-road competition bikes, the CRF 450X and the CRF 250X. This time, the story includes zero down payment, zero interest, and zero payments until 2007 upon approved credit with your Honda card. And how about this for a plot twist? Take advantage of $150 in bonus bucks with select 2005 models and get $500 in factory-to-dealer incentives on select CRF models. Spring into action, too. Now playing at Plaza Cycle, 1379 West, 3300 South Salt Lake. Hurry in. You've got to move fast or get left behind. After 9 months, minimum fixed monthly payment of 2.5% original balance, 18.9% fixed APR through GE Money Bank. Bonus bucks and factory-to-dealer incentive good with purchase on selected models. Proper goods for 53106. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the best tire warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. Big O's free replacement warranty is the best in the business and gives you free services with your tires like balancing, rotating, and flat repair. Plus, with Big O Tires speed lane service, you can have your tires mounted, balanced, and on your vehicle in 20 minutes or less. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
Now back to more Salt Lake Bees baseball with Steve Clarkey on ESPN 1230 AM.
We go to the third, 1-0 Tacoma. It'll be Scott Youngbauer, Shin-Soo Choo, and T.J. Bond. The 9-1 and 2 hitters due up in the Tacoma batting order to face right-hander Dustin Mosley. Youngbauer batting 167, 4 doubles, a triple, no homers and 4 runs batted him. Didn't tell me that he's a 167 hitter. He's hit a lot of hard balls in this series as well as the one in Tacoma. Sometimes, though, at people. So here's Youngbauer to lead things off. Mosley's pitch, and it's a strike 0-1. It's also time for our third inning update of the Abra scoreboard. Windshield chips or cracks got you down? Let the specialist at Abra take the worry out of your glass replacement or repair. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule your appointment. The 0-1 to Youngbauer, chap to the right side. Casey Smith has it on the second hop and tosses to first, and there's one away. To the top of the order, and Shin-Soo Choo grounded out to third his first time up. We'll start in the PCL. New Orleans at Nashville. Everybody's still a little tired after finishing up that game yesterday after 24 innings with New Orleans winning 5-4, and then Nashville winning the regularly scheduled game, coming back to win it 7-5. First pitch to Choo. Long on, little two-hopper to the mound, scooped up by Mosley. The turn of the toss to first. And there's quickly 2 away here in the third. Here's T.J. Bond, who singled and scored in the first. At Nashville today in the fifth, the Zephyrs lead the Sounds 9-3. Larson, Godwin, and Harris have homered for New Orleans. At Colorado Springs, the Sky Sox and Las Vegas are tied 2-2 in the sixth. Willie Ibar with his 7th home run of the year for the 51s. Round Rock looking for its 9th straight win. Leads Omaha 2-0. The Express batting in the bottom of the 6th. At Memphis, the Redbirds lead Iowa 3-1. Now the pitch to Bond is a breaking ball strike 0-1. The Redbirds looking for their first win of the series. A lot of runs early in Albuquerque. They're in the third. The Isotopes leading Oklahoma 6-5. Albuquerque scoring 6 runs in the first. As the pitch misses low, ball 1-1 the count. Oklahoma, on the other hand, trying to snap an 8-game losing streak. Tucson at Sacramento, scoreless in the third. Nothing in yet on Portland at Fresno. The 1-1 pitch, and it's looped towards right, coming on Gorneau. Has to play it on a hop. Little inside-out swing by Bond, dropping almost a lob serve in tennis. And Bond is now 2 for 2. That's hit number 4 for Tacoma. Brings up Greg Dobbs, who singled to left his first time up on a hit and run. In the American League, Boston walloping Baltimore 10-3 after 7. Jason Varitek with a first-inning grand slam for the Red Sox. The White Sox pushed across a run in the bottom of the 8th to defeat Kansas City 3-2. Although a very good effort by former Buzz left-hander Mark Redmond, who allowed only 2 runs in 7 innings for Kansas City and was not involved in the decision. Now Mosley from the belt. The first pitch to Dobbs. Breaking ball low and inside to the left-hand batter. Ball 1. After 7 at Arlington, the Yankees lead Texas 8-4. Hideki Matsui with his 5th home run of the year for the Yankees. The Twins double up the Tigers 4-2 at the Metrodome. Johan Santana squares off his record at 3-3. Mike Maroth, the loser, 4-2. Now the 1-0 pitch to Dobbs. Into the dirt, a breaking ball, blocked by the catcher, Buddy, breaking for second. Bond, the throw offline. Fortunately, backed up by Casey Smith to hold Bond at second base. On what will likely go, or should go, as a wild pitch, and the count on Dobbs is 2-0. Tampa Bay at Oakland, no score in the third. Bottom of the third at Seattle. Cleveland leads the Mariners 1-0. And earlier today, the Angels managed only 2 hits in a 3-1 loss at Toronto. 2 balls, no strikes on Dobbs. We'll get to the National League in a moment. Mosley taking a lot of time out there. Now comes set. The right-hander ready. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-1. At Washington, the Nationals defeated Pittsburgh 5-4. Jose Guillen with his 3rd home run of the year. At Miami, the Cardinals crushed the Marlins 9-1. Atlanta whipped the Mets in New York 13-3. Brian Jordan and Jeff Francoeur homer for the Braves as John Smoltz picks up the win. Carlos Beltran went deep for New York. Now the 2-1 pitch to Dobbs. Swung on and sliced foul down the left field side into the upper deck, and the count's 2-2. Bottom of the 6th at Denver. The Rockies leading the Astros 4-1. Todd Helton back off the disabled list, and a brief rehab stint with Colorado Springs is hit his 2nd home run. Jason Lane with his 7th for the Astros. Padres 2, Cubs 1 in the bottom of the 2nd at San Diego. That's an offensive explosion for Chicago. They'd scored only 6 runs in their last 8 games. Pickoff move to second base and safe as Ryan Speck dropped the ball. Looked like they had Bond dead to rights there, but Ryan unable to hang on to the throw on the tag. So the count remains 2-2. Milwaukee 1, the Dodgers 1. Brewers batting in the top of the 2nd. Aaron Seeley called up by the Dodgers from Las Vegas, getting the start for L.A. Cincinnati at Arizona just underway. And ESPN Sunday Night Baseball is San Francisco at Philadelphia. Matt Morris against John Liebert. The 2-2 to Dobbs. Breaking ball just inside at the belt, ball 3. In the NBA today, San Antonio holds on to beat Dallas in Game 1. 87-85. Jerry Stackhouse missing a 3 at the buzzer that could have won it for the Mavs. Late in the first half at Detroit, the Pistons clobbering Cleveland 64-46. The 3-2 pitch to Dobbs, swung on and sky to shallow left. Going out Speck, Pride coming in, Curtis with the shades down, the glove up, and he makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on the base paths as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's Tacoma 1, the Bees nothing on ESPN 1230.
Hi, Evening News? It's the anchorman there. The guy who reads the 6 o'clock news. Yeah, the blonde guy. Well, I need him to mention that I'm looking for a home. Yep, a new home. Well, that way, anyone selling in the area can call me, and we can work out a viewing around my schedule. Yeah, and I'm only available Sunday between 2 and 4. You haven't mentioned that, would you? Thanks.
You don't need to make an announcement when you're looking for a home to buy. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage makes it easy to find open houses in a range of styles and prices, including new construction, giving you every advantage in finding a home. You can access information about our open houses on our website. And the more homes you view, the more likely you are to find the one that's absolutely perfect for you. If you're already searching for a home, thinking about buying, or just interested in the local real estate market, go to utahhomes.com today.
No, I'm holding for the anchorman.
To find the open houses you want to see this weekend, visit utahhomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
If you're renting, you're putting money directly into someone else's pocket. America First Credit Union has a variety of mortgage options to help you invest in a new home and build a solid financial future for you and your family. You can tailor your loan to your situation and your budget with low monthly payments. Visit AmericaFirst.com or stop by any America First Credit Union branch today. At America First Credit Union, members come first. Member NCUA, Equal Housing and Opportunity Lender.
Now let's go back to the ballpark for more Salt Lake Bees baseball. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
All right, we go down to the bottom of the 3rd, 1-0 the score in favor of Tacoma. For the Bees, it'll be Curtis Pride, Ryan Buddy, and Casey Smith due up. As the Bees still have not had a base runner as of yet. The first 6 batters have all been retired. Curtis Pride to lead things off, batting .216, 3 doubles, a homer, and 6 runs batted in. Curtis still 24 hits away from 1,200 in his minor league career. First pitch is into the dirt, bouncing away off the glove of the catcher, Quiros, ball one. 1-0 the count. Clyde hitless in 3 at-bats last night. He did drive in a run with a sacrifice fly in the 9th inning to pull Salt Lake to within 1. The 1-0 pitch, breaking ball low and inside to the left-hand batter. And the count's 2-0 on Curtis, who overall is 2 for 13 against the Rainiers. One of those hits, a big opposite field home run to help win a game in Tacoma on the 27th of April. There's a pitch high and outside. Ball 3, 3-0. He hit the ball through a hole in the thrifty car rental sign that they have in Tacoma. And so he figured he had won something. Went down to the Tacoma office after the game. The 3-0 pitch to Pride. Fastball outside, ball 4, and the leadoff man is on for the Bees here in the 3rd inning. Brings up Ryan Buddy, the catcher, hitting 143, 2 doubles, 2 homers, and 8 runs batted in. 0 for 5 against Tacoma this year, his first appearance in that series. Now, when Curtis went to the Tacoma office to find out what he would get for hitting the ball through the hole in that sign, the Tacoma official said 2 RBI. As it turns out, the prize, which is, I think, a free lease of a car for a year, only goes to a Tacoma player who hits a home run through that hole. So here's Buddy with a runner at first. He squares around the bunt and takes low, ball 1. Nobody out here in the last of the 3rd. Tacoma leading 1-0. Ryan Buddy tapping the plate, waving that bat out over the plate. The right-hander Najat ready. The quick throw to first, and Pride's back in standing up. Curtis, 6 out of 6 in the stolen base department this year. He's off to a good start in that department. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. But he takes a fastball strike on the inside corner at the belt, 1-1. Pride last year stole 10 bases for Salt Lake, thrown out 5 times. 1 ball, 1 strike on Buddy. Infield, double play depth as Najat deals. Swung on, little pop fly, shallow right center's got a chance to drop it. It does, a base hit. Played on the first hop by T.J. Bond, who flips it back into the shortstop Cabrera. Little inside-out swing by Ryan, able to fight off the pitch and drop it into shallow right field for the Bees' first hit of the game, and they now have runners at first and second base with nobody out. Brings up Casey Smith, the second baseman, hitting 133, 1 double, 1 run batted in. 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI against Tacoma pitching this year. This is his first appearance in this series. So Casey at the plate, a good butter, if that's the direction that Brian Harper, the Bees manager, wants to go in. Frank Layden here at the ballpark, along with Mark Eaton sitting down there by him. Mark stretching his legs out across the dugout. They go more than halfway across the top of the dugout. So 2 on, nobody out. Casey bunts, lays down foul up the third base side for strike 1. 0-1 the count on Smith. Start of the year at Double-A Arkansas. Was promoted from the Travelers when Howie Kendrick went to the Angels. Been a struggle for Casey this year. Just 5 hits and 28 at-bats with the Travelers. And 2 for 15 so far here with the Bees. Right now, though, looks like his job is going to be to lay one down and move the runners up 90 feet. Right now, the tying run Pride's at second. The go-ahead run Buddy is over at first. Again, Dobbs creeping in at third. Smith, no sign of a bunt, and he takes a strike at the knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Casey, with Reggie Willett due next. Najat, 6'3", 225. Out of Parma, Ohio. 25-year-old right-hander, the 0-2 pitch, and Smith punches one into right field, a base hit. Here comes Pride around third, being waved on home. Here's Bond's throw to the plate, and he is out at home plate. On to third base goes Buddy, and Smith takes second on the throw. A perfect strike from Bond to the plate. Quiros had the plate blocked off, and Curtis never touched the platter. So Smith with a single to right. He takes second on the throw. 9-2 on the put out of Pride at home plate. So I guess the results are pretty much the same as a sacrifice bunt. Runners at second and third, one out. Although Casey gets a hit instead of a sacrifice. So the tying runs at third and the go-ahead runs at second. With one out for Reggie Willits, who bounced out to Greg Dobbs at third. His first time up. Reggie Willits coming into the ball game with an 8-game hitting streak working. This would be an opportune time for him to extend it to 9. The pitch on the way, and it's low, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. That ball hit the dirt, so the home plate umpire takes it out of play. Dobbs even with the bag at third. The first baseman Sears is in a bit. The middle infielders are back conceding the run on a ground ball their way. And the shot from the belt ready, the 1-0. Willits takes a breaking ball inside and low, ball 2. Willits, a switch hitter, batting left-handed against the right-hander Najat. And bright sunshine here on a Sunday afternoon. A beautiful day for baseball. A lot of folks have come out on this Sunday afternoon. Now Najat from the stretch, the 2-0 pitch to Willits. Swung on and ripped there inside the bag at first and down the right field line. It hits the chair and bounces into the seats. That'll be an automatic double, and 2 runs across as the Bees take a 2-1 lead. That ball skipped off the bullpen mound, hit a chair in the bullpen, and then bounced high into the seats. So Reggie Willits with his 5th double, his 12th and 13th runs batted in. And so the Bees now with the lead at 2-1. And Willits extends that hitting streak to 9 games. Now here's Brian Specht, who grounded out to second base. His first time up. Willits in scoring position at second. 1 out. First pitch to Specht. Change up is high, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Brian. Again, Brian homered in each of his last 2 games. One ball, no strikes, both of them coming with the bases empty. On the shot set, the glance towards Willits at second base. The pitch swung on and lifted in the air towards left. Chu coming in, waits for it and gloves it for the second out of the inning. And Reggie Willits has to hold at second base. So Specht is retired. 2 out for Nick Gorneau, the right fielder. Gorneau bounced out to Cabrera at short, his first time up. Runner at second base, 2 out. Just a reminder, tomorrow night's another Harmon's Family Night. Stop by your local Harmon's and pick up a Family Night voucher that gets up to 8 family members in for just $16. You pick that coupon and redeem it at the Bees box office. Harmon's, your neighborhood grocer. That's tomorrow night, 6:30, the Bees and the Rainiers. First pitch to Gorneau. A strike on the inside corner above the knees, 0-1. Nick had a 6-game hitting streak snapped yesterday, equaling his longest hitting streak of the year, although the first 6-game streak, he hit .269. He hit .417 in this one. Now the shot ready, the 0-1. Gorneau backs away from an inside pitch, and the count's even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Tuesday, the Bees make their first trip to the Midwest in 3 years. 4 at Omaha and 4 at Iowa against the Royals and the Cubs. Now the 1-1 pitch. Gorneau takes high and inside, ball 2. 6:05 starts in Omaha Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday with a Mountain Time start time of 11:05 a.m. on Thursday. Now the 2-1 to Gorneau. strike in the inside corner, breaking ball 2-2. Then when the Bees head to Iowa, 6:05 starts on Saturday and Monday, 12:05 Sunday, and 11:05 a.m. on Tuesday the 16th, before the Bees enjoy an off day on May the 17th. Now the 2-2 to Gorneau. Swung on and tap foul at home plate, still 2-2. Before they open up an 8-game homestand against the Oklahoma Redhawks and the New Orleans Zephyrs. Sure, they'll have tales to tell, Tim Grubbs, the New Orleans broadcaster, and some of the other Zephyrs about their 24-inning marathon yesterday that tied the PCL record for longest game. The other two were in 1909 and 1911, respectively. The 2-2 pitch to Gorneau. High and inside, sails all the way back to the screen. And on to third base goes Willett on a very wild pitch, as Gorneau had to duck under it. For Najat, that is his fourth wild pitch of the year. Second on the staff behind Francisco Cruchetta, who has 6. Cruchetta scheduled to start here tomorrow, although there have been some rumblings that maybe Kevin Apier, the veteran, will get the start. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Gorneau. Willett's now the lead at third with 2 out. Najat ready, and the 3-2 payoff pitch. Swung on, rolled toward short. Cabrera charges and gloves, throws to first, and gets Gorneau by plenty to retire the side. But the Bees take the lead with 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the 4th. It's the Bees 2, Tacoma 1 on ESPN 1230.
Next.
Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Say, anyone ever tell you you look like Patricia Heaton?
Oh, thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you had me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi, I'm...
the driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me.
Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and terrine tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you with auditions?
For quality and selection, Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Dreaming of owning your own home? Cypress Credit Union would like to make your dream a reality with fantastic rates on low-fee construction and mortgage loans. Visit cypresscu.com or speak to a mortgage specialist at 260-7600. We'll help you determine your home buying power and the loan that best fits your needs. Mention this ad and we'll waive the $175 processing fee when you get your mortgage.
Cypress Credit Union. Your future is our future.
Equal housing lender.
More Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go to the 4th inning. It's 2-1 in favor of the Bees. It'll be Mike Morse, Todd Sears, and Adam Jones. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up here in the top of the 4th inning. Salt Lake leading by a score of 2-1 now. Morris hit into that fielder's choice of the first baseman Morales that brought home the Tacoma run back in the 1st inning. So the right-hand batting Mike Morris awaiting the first pitch from Mosley, and it's cut out and foul behind home plate, strike 1. Time now for a look at this date in Salt Lake PCL history, brought to you by Med1 Medical, the exclusive provider of Sleep Smart Gold. Med1 Medical, the sleep professionals. A couple of things that have happened on this date in franchise history. The 0-1 pitch, a curveball strike on the outside corner at the bell, 0-2. On this date in 1996, Tom Quinlan and Steve Hazlitt belted back-to-back homers in the bottom of the 9th to give the Buzz a 9-8 win over Colorado Springs. The 0-2 pitch, a fastball high, 1-2. Quinlan ended up going 4 for 5 for the Buzz with 2 RBI. Also on this date in 2001, Juan Tolentino had 4 hits and 4 RBIs to lead the Stingers to an 18-3 rout of Memphis. The 1-2 pitch to Morris, just outside of the knees, 2-2. The starting and losing pitcher for the Redbirds that day, Chad Hutchinson, who later had several starts in the NFL at quarterback with the Dallas Cowboys and the Chicago Bears. The 2-2 to Morris, swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. He struck him out. Third strikeout for Dustin Mosley, and there's one out here in the fourth. Here's Todd Sears, who struck out swinging. Hutchinson did make it to the major leagues as a pitcher, but then decided to drop it in favor of football. Started with Dallas, had a couple of starts there. Played in Chicago a couple of years ago, and well, let's just say it didn't go well. The pitch on the way to Sears is straight. A breaking ball, the inside corner above the knees, and the count's 0-1. This date in Salt Lake PCL history brought to you by Med1 Medical. Stop in for a free CPAP pressure check and free tubing. The 0-1 pitch is tapped to the right side. Morales takes the shoulder high bounce and runs it 6 steps to the bag for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the Tacoma fourth, and that'll bring up Adam Jones, who grounded out to short his first time up. Med1 Medical is located at 10712 South 13th East in Sandy. 2-1 D's here in the top of the fourth, although Tacoma has out-hit Salt Lake 4-3. Outfield playing the right-handed batter Jones to pull, as Mosley's first pitch on the way is a little bit low, ball 1. 1-0 the count. And tomorrow, lefty Joe Saunders at 3-1 against Francisco Crucetto, 1-2 as the pitch misses low, ball 2, 2-0. If it's Kevin Apier, he's 1-0 so far with a stellar 1.50 earned run average. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Now Mosley's pitch. Jones takes low, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Asdrubal Cabrera is due next. Jones last year split his time between A ball and Double A. Mosley's 3-0 pitch. In at the knees, a strike, 3-1. 68 games at Inland Empire, the California League, at 295 there, hit 298 in 63 games for the Double A San Antonio Missions. 3-1 pitch to Jones, breaking ball low and outside, backhanded by the catcher Buddy, and that's the first walk issued by Dustin Mosley. For the third straight inning now, the Rainiers, after 2 out, have been able to get a runner on base. Here's Asdrubal Cabrera. Single to center field, his first time up. Adam Jones at first, 3 out of 4 in the stolen base department. Throw to first base, and back in safely is Jones. Cabrera played both low A and high A for the Mariners organization last year, plus spent time with Tacoma as well. First pitch on the way, and Cabrera kicks at the knees, a strike, and it's 0-1. And Juan Rivera no longer with the Bees. He had 2 games. He was supposed to play today, but Aaron Erstad looks like he's headed to the disabled list, so they want him up to Toronto as quickly as possible for tomorrow's game. Swinging a ground ball, right side, fielded on the 4th hop by Casey Smith. The flip to first, and that'll do it for Cabrera and the Rainiers here in the 4th. No runs, no hits, 1 runner left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Bees 2, Tacoma 1 on ESPN 1230.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we know how much you count on your vehicle. So when it needs repairs, body work, or a new windshield, where should you take it? Go to America's most recommended name in damaged vehicle repair. That's right. In an independent nationwide customer satisfaction survey, Abra Auto Body and Glass was the company most recommended to family and friends for quality of work, customer communication, and overall service. Why? Maybe it's our commitment to safety. Abra spends more to train our technicians than anyone else in the industry, and every repair meets our strict safety standards. Maybe it's our lifetime warranty that backs up all those repairs, or that Abra works with over 500 insurance companies nationwide to make your claims process a snap. Whatever the reason, Abra Auto Body and Glass is proud to be so highly regarded. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an appointment.
Now more Salt Lake Bees baseball on ESPN 1230 AM. Here's Steve Klauke.
All right, we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's the Bees 2 and Tacoma 1. Dallas McPherson, Jeff Mathis, and Kendry Morales 2 up to face right-hander Clinton Najat. Dallas McPherson to start things off. Good news for Dallas, he's no longer going to be in the PCL record book. You might recall that on July 9th of 2004, Dallas set a PCL record by striking out 6 times in one game in an 11-inning game. Well, in that 24-inning game between Nashville and New Orleans, Sounds first baseman Brad Nelson struck out 7 times. First pitch to McPherson, low for a ball, 1-0. So when the new record book comes out, Dallas's name won't be in it, at least not for the strikeout record. I don't think it bothers Dallas at all. A 1-0 pitch on the way. Down low, ball 2. But he was 0 for 6 that night with 6 strikeouts and then left the team the next day to participate in the All-Star Futures game. 2-0 the count on Dallas. Najat ready, and the pitch on the way. Swung on, goes the other way, and slices it deep, but foul. Down the left field side. And the count's 2-1. And Dallas with 5 hits and 26 at-bats against the Rainiers this season. But all 5 hits have been for extra bases, 2 doubles, and 3 home runs, including a home run last night. The 2-1 pitch, McPherson swings and cranks one to right center field. Bond going back, it's up there, and it is gone! A line drive home run off the bat of Dallas McPherson, his 7th of the year, and his 4th against Tacoma pitching, and the Bees lead it 3-1. You can just start to sense now Dallas starting to get comfortable at the plate. And again, the Angels are in desperate need of an infusion of offense. Here's Jeff Mathis called out on strikes, his first time up. First pitch to Mathis on the way, and it's in at the knees, a strike 0-1. McPherson now has homered in, I believe, 4 straight games. There's a changeup high and inside for a ball. That is indeed the case. 4 straight games, and that ties a franchise, or it's one shy of the franchise record, I should say. There's a pitch high and inside, leading Mathis back out of the way, and the count's 2-1. So 4 straight games with a home run for Dallas McPherson. The 2-1 offering. Mathis grounds one towards the hole at short. Diving attempt by Cabrera slows the ball down, but he has no play, and Mathis is aboard with a single. Brings up Kendry Morales, who flied to left. The franchise record for consecutive games with a home run is 5, set by Chad Rupp in July of 1997 and equaled by Adam Riggs in August of 2004. So Mathis hit first with nobody out, and the Bees lead it 3-1. Speaking of Riggs, it's time for our Sunday update of former Salt Lake players who are playing in the major leagues over in Japan right now. Adam, one of 7 former Stingers or Buzz playing overseas right now. Pitch to Morales, low and inside to the left-hand batter. Ball 1, Riggs playing for the Yakult Swallows, batting .263 in 24 games, 4 homers and 13 runs batted in. Jose Fernandez, a third baseman who had a monster season here in 2001, hitting .316 for Rakuten with 6 homers and 12 runs batted in. He leads his team in home runs with a half dozen. Throw to first base, and Mathis is back. The rest are all pitchers. Corey Lee, who spent the first half season here last year, is 3-3 in 6 starts for the Nippon Ham Fighters. Jason Beverlin, who pitched for the Stingers in 2001, 0-1 with an ERA over 9 in 4 starts. The 1-0 to Morales, swinging a tap foul at the feet of the catcher Quiros, and the count's 1-1. Jason Romano, who was 7-6 for the Buzz in 2000, is 0-1 in 7 appearances, 3 starts for Hiroshima. Dan Serafini, the opening day starter, 3 straight years for the Buzz, 0-3 with an ERA over 8 in 5 appearances, 4 starts for the Oryx Buffaloes. Mark Kroon, who pitched here in, I believe, 2003 for the Stingers, pitching for Yokohama. The 1-2 pitch, Morales drills one into right center field, a base hit. Mathis is going to take the turn at second and advance to third. Jones cuts the ball off in the alley to hold Morales to a single, but the Bees now with runners at first and third with nobody out. A line shot off the bat of Kendry Morales. That'll bring up Curtis Pride, who walked his first time up. That'll also bring a visit to the mound from Tacoma pitching coach Dwight Bernard. Kroon in 8 appearances for Yokohama, 0-1 with 4 saves as their closer and a 4.09 earned run average. So, if we can, every Sunday we'll update the former Salt Lake players and how they're doing over in Japan. Those statistics are through yesterday's games. There's a great English language website where you can find out all you wanted or needed to know about Japanese Major League Baseball, and very simply, it's JapaneseBaseball.com. Well, that's how we follow the former Salt Lake players and how they're doing over there. So Mathis at third, Morales at first. The meeting on the mound is over. Quiros out in front of the plate. The Tacoma catcher with a defensive signal in case Morales is going at first. I would say the likelihood of that is slim. Possible, but slim. Now Najat ready, and the first pitch to Curtis. Swung on, grounded to first, backhanded by Sears, goes to second, nearly threw it away. Throw back to first, safe as Pride beats the relay throw. A run scores anyway. Pride picks up an RBI, and it's now 4-1. Sears backhanded that ball. A great save by Cabrera at short on a low throw, and now time hadn't been called, and Pride races to second with nobody on the bag. A heads-up play by Curtis Pride, who picked up his 7th RBI. But time hadn't been called. The Tacoma infield was just standing around, and Pride quickly ran to second base. So heads-up play by Curtis, who's now in scoring position with 1 out. And the batter will be Ryan Buddy, who looped a single into right field his first time up and eventually scored a run. So the Bees up 4-1 now here in the bottom of the 4th. Najat ready, and the pitch to Buddy. Pride takes off for third. There's a ground ball fair. Passed out down the left field line. Pride walks around third and heads home. Buddy is into second base with an RBI double, and the Bees now lead it 5-1. Curtis was looking to steal third, but Buddy pulled a sharp ground ball inside the bag and past Greg Dobbs. And so now the Bees lead by a score of 5-1. And they still have a runner at second base with 1 out. So Ryan Buddy, who came into this ball game batting .143, is now 2 for 2. So a 5-1 ball game. The batter, Casey Smith, who takes high, ball 1. Casey with a single to right field, his first time up. So Buddy at second base. 1 out, 3 in here in the 4th. So now here's Smith. Najat ready, the pitch. Strike on the inside corner at the belt. 1-1. I believe they're giving Curtis Pride a steal of second as he advanced to second base when the infield fell asleep for Tacoma. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Swung on, a little tap out in front of the plate. The catcher, Quiros, picks it up barehanded and throws to first for the out. His only play as Buddy advances to third. So 2 down. A runner at third, and the batter will be Reggie Willett, who put the Bees out in front with a 2-run double in the third inning. So now Willett needed a 2-out base hit here. Runner at third, 2 out. Now the shot ready. Buddy, the lead at third, the pitch. Breaking ball, strike, and the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Najat stares in, gets his sign. The pitch. Willett takes a strike at the knees, and he's in the hole, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 5-1 Salt Lake here in the bottom of the 4th. Activity in the Tacoma bullpen with a right-hander throwing. Now the shot ready. The 0-2. Swinging a ground foul past the first base dugout. Netman leans over the railing and picks up another souvenir that he hands to a youngster. Rich Dorman, a right-hander, throwing in the Tacoma bullpen. Now the shot ready. Well, that could be Aaron Looper. There's a fastball outside at the belt, 1-2. Won't turn his body around to show us at 36 or 38. I believe that's 36, and though that is Rich Dorman throwing in the Tacoma bullpen. Is Whitney Najat struggling the second time through the batting order. 1-2 the count on Willett. The pitch. Just missed outside at the belt, 2-2. Quiros the catcher and Najat the pitcher can't believe it. Quite frankly, neither can I. Not much of an outside corner with this umpire, but a very large inside corner. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss to the sinking fastball away. He struck him out, and that retires the side. But 3-run score in the inning on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 runner was left stranded at third. At the end of 4, it's the Bees 5, Tacoma 1 on ESPN 1230.
It's back, and the sequel is even hotter than the original. It's Honda's Spring into Action 2 sales event at Plaza Cycle. Honda's blockbuster sales event returns with more thrills, more savings, and more action than ever. Starring Honda's off-road competition bikes, the CRF 450X and the CRF 250X. This time, the story includes 0 down payment, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2007 upon approved credit with your Honda card. And how about this for a plot twist? Take advantage of $150 in bonus bucks with select 2005 models and get $500 in factory-to-dealer incentives on select CRF models. Spring into Action 2. Now playing at Plaza Cycle, 1379 West, 3300 South, Salt Lake. Hurry in. You've got to move fast or get left behind. After 9 months, minimum fixed monthly payment of 2.5%. Original balance, 18.9% fixed APR through GE Money Bank. Bonus bucks and factory-to-dealer incentive good with purchase on select model. Profit good through 53106. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Here's Papa John himself to tell you about Papa John's specialty pizzas.
A specialty pizza with an unexpected taste. That's the way I like it. Choose any of our specialty pizzas like Hawaiian barbecue chicken, the works, the meat, or garden fresh. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John.
Limited delivery area, charges may apply.
Now back to more Salt Lake Bees baseball with Steve Krauke on ESPN 1230 AM.
fifth inning now, the Bees leading by a score of 5-1. Guillermo Quiros, Scott Youngbauer, and Shin-Soo Choo up to face right-hander Dustin Mosley. Our fifth inning, middle of the game reset of the Bees defensive alignment. Curtis Pride is in left. Reggie Willits in center. Nick Gorneau in right. Dallas McPherson at third. Ryan Specht at short. Casey Smith at second. And Kendry Morales is over at first. A battery of Dustin Mosley pitching and Ryan Buddy catching. Guillermo Quiros struck out swinging his first time up. First pitch on the way, a little bit outside, ball one. 1-0 the count. Mosley now with a 4-run lead. The pitch on the way, and Quiros takes a breaking ball that misses downstairs, ball two. And he's leading 5-1 with 2 runs in the third and 1 more in the fourth. Now the 2-0 pitch from Mosley. Misses low, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Quiros signed as a non-drafted free agent by the Blue Jays in September of '98. 3-0 pitch is low, ball 4. And so Quiros walks on 4 straight pitches. The second walk issued by Mosley. And that'll bring up Scott Youngbauer, who bounced out to the second baseman Casey Smith his first time up. So Quiros on at first. With nobody out here in the fifth after the team gives you a nice lead. What you want to do is post a quick 0 the next half inning if you can. As Youngbauer swings and misses, strike one. Sometimes that's obviously easier said than done. 1 strike the count on Youngbauer, a switch hitter batting to the left side against the righty Mosley. The 0-1 pitch chopped to first. Morales has it, goes to second one. Specht relay to first, a double play. 3-6-3 double play. The 31st double play turned by the Bees this year. As Kendry Morales starts off the 3-6-3 and ends it as well. So just like that, there's 2 outs and nobody on base for Shin-Soo Choo, who's 0 for 2. Grounded out twice, once to third and once back to the mound. So base is empty, nobody out. Dustin Mosley delivers, and it's a little bit outside, ball 1. Dustin trying to become the first 5-game winner in the PCL. There are a total of 8 pitchers tied at 4 wins. Now the 1-0. A little bit high. He checked his swing, and the count's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Choo got his first big league call-up from the Mariners last year and went just 1 for 18. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-1. His only hit, a pinch hit single against the Angels on May the 3rd of last year. 2 balls, 1 strike the count on the left-hand batter as Mosley deals. A strike in at the knees, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In that 24-inning game also yesterday, Nashville and New Orleans used a total of 17 pitchers, 3 more than the league record. Now the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball, back to first. It's a foul ball by inches. Other records set. Nashville set a PCL record for most strikeouts by a team with 29. The old record was 20. The 2 teams combined for 48 strikeouts. The previous record, 29. Both teams used 20 players, falling short of the record there. There's a pitch, swing and a miss. He struck out 2, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base, and we're halfway through the scheduled 9-rounder. It's the Bees 5 and Tacoma 1 on ESPN 1230.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the best tire warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. Big O's free replacement warranty is the best in the business and gives you free services with your tires like balancing, rotating, and flat repair. Plus, with Big O Tires speed lane service, you can have your tires mounted, balanced, and on your vehicle in 20 minutes or less. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
Now let's go back to the ballpark for more Salt Lake Bees baseball. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Krauke.
We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. The Bees right now leading 5-1. It'll be Brian Speck, Nick Gorno, and Dallas McPherson due up to face right-hander Clinton Najad, who stays in for the Rainiers. Don't forget, all kids 14 and under can stop by the Larry H. Miller Chevrolet location at 5650 South State Street in Murray and enter to win a chance to be the honorary bat kid at a Bees home game. Larry H. Miller Chevrolet, after all, you know this guy. Of course, you could also, if you're an adult, go down and register your youngster to have that opportunity to be right there on the field during a game. Brian Speck hitless in 2 at-bats, flied out to the left fielder Chu his last time up. And he lines this pitch on 1 hop to the shortstop Cabrera, who gloves it and throws to first for the out. 1 pitch, 1 away here in the Salt Lake fifth. Here's Nick Gorno, who's kept Cabrera busy with a couple of ground balls to short. So 1 out, nobody on base here. We talked earlier a little bit about the Bees in close games and not so close games this year. Gorno takes low and inside, ball 1. Last night's 5-4 loss. The 6th loss in 8 games decided by 1 run by the Bees this year. On the shot ready, the 1-0. Gorno swings and he misses 1-1. They are 4-9 in games decided by 2 runs or less. But Salt Lake has won all 9 of their games in which the winning team has won by 4 runs or more. A 1-1 to Gorno, ripped toward third and caught by Greg Toms. Goes into a crouch and makes the backhanded grab of a line drive for out number 2. Here's Dallas McPherson, who homered to lead off the 4th inning his last time up. And part of that may be the late inning woes. As over the last 3 innings, the 7th, 8th, and 9th, the opposition has outscored the Bees 42-32, including a 17-3 margin in the 9th inning. Pitch to McPherson, fastball outside just below the belt, ball 1 to the left-hand batter. 3 home runs in this series against the Rainiers. The pitch, check swing, he went around on a breaking ball, 1-1. A staff that came into this series having given up the fewest home runs in the league. They started the day tied with Tucson for the fewest Gopher balls at 17. Now the 1-1 pitch. Low for a ball, 2-1 the count. McPherson hitting a home run in each of his last 4 games, all 4 against Tacoma, as he missed the entire Las Vegas series with a slight strain of the oblique muscle. 2 balls, 1 strike the count on Dallas. The pitch. Fastball misses away at the knees. Ball 3. 3-1 the count. 5-1 Salt Lake. We're in the bottom of the 5th. The wind is blowing out, so no lead is safe. Here's a pitch, swinging a high drive to deep right. That ball's up there, it's out there, and it is gone. off the sidewalk and back into the trees. Dallas McPherson homers in his second consecutive at bat, and the Bees now lead it 6-1. And for McPherson, that's his 8th of the year. He becomes the first hitter for the Bees this year to homer twice in one game. He continues to terrorize Tacoma. Again, he only has 7 hits and 28 at-bats, a .250 average, but all 7 hits have been for extra bases, 2 doubles, and now 5 home runs. Jeff Mathis swings and misses at a breaking ball. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Inside a ball, 1 ball, 1 strike the count. The most home runs in one season series against one team is 7 in franchise history. There's a pitch swung on, lifted toward center, but drifting back is Jones, and Adam will make the catch to retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit, a home run by McPherson, nobody left on base. We go to the 6th. It's now the Bees 6, Tacoma 1 on ESPN, 1230.
Hi, is this the Federal Reserve? How you doing? Good, I'm fine, thanks. Listen, maybe you can help me. You're the guys who control the interest rates, right? Good. I was wondering if you could just not touch the interest rates until I sell my home. Well, yeah, I understand that, but no, I just need you to not touch the interest rate until I sell my home, that's all. Just, don't raise it. Just, keep it stable. Well, is there someone there who can help me? Yeah, I'll hold. Thanks.
Okay, so you can't control the Fed, but call a Coldwell Banker residential brokerage agent and you'll have qualified buyers from all over the world looking at your home, no matter what the interest rate is. That's because Coldwell Banker agents are not only local experts, they're also part of a national and international referral network of professional agents. So there will be thousands of Coldwell Banker agents all over the world working to find you the right buyer at the right price.
Yeah, hello? Yeah, I'm still on hold. Sure, I'll stay here. Thanks.
Call a Coldwell Banker professional in your neighborhood or visit UtahHomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
In my mind, I envision delicately crunchy greens, warm orange-glazed chicken, crisp snow peas nestled next to tender edamame and sweet, succulent mandarin oranges. My mind drifts as I add rich, ripe red peppers, toasted almonds, and finish it all off with a light sesame ginger dressing. New Mendoan, low-fat variety. McDonald's new Asian salad, one of 4 premium salads, is now a delicious reality. I'm loving it at participating McDonald's.
More Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go to the 6th inning. The Bees now with a 5-run lead at 6-1. It'll be T.J. Vaughn, Greg Dobbs, and Mike Morris to face right-hander Dustin Mosley. A quality start in baseball is when a starter goes 6 innings and gives up 3 runs or less. Mosley has 2 quality starts in his first 6 starts so far this year. T.J. Vaughn, though, has been his nemesis today. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles, and he came around to score the only run of the ball game so far for Tacoma. First pitch for Mosley, and he takes a curveball over for a strike, 0-1. Time now for our 6th inning update of the Abra scoreboard as we check out what's happened so far today in the PCL as well as the Major League. The 0-1 pitch, strike, and it's an ease, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Greer Stadium in Nashville, they're in the bottom of the 7th. New Orleans leading the Sounds 10-7. Now the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Foul tip hung on to by the catcher, Buddy, and that's strikeout number 5 for Dustin Mosley. 1 out. Mosley's season high is 7 in 6 innings against Las Vegas down at Cashman Field on April the 12th. Here's Greg Dobbs, who has singled and flied to left. At Colorado Springs in the 8th, the Sky Sox trail Las Vegas 4-2. At Round Rock in the 9th, the Express leading Omaha 4-0. Again, Round Rock trying for their 9th straight win. Now the first pitch to Dobbs, and it's a little bit inside at the knees, ball 1. At Memphis in the 9th, Iowa has scored a run. They're still batting, and that tied the game at 3-3. The 1-0 to Dobbs, swing and a miss, 1-1. at Albuquerque in the 6th. The Isotopes leading Oklahoma 8-6. Again, Oklahoma trying to avoid their 9th straight loss. Tucson leads at Sacramento 2-1 in the 6th. Mike Rouse with his second home run of the year for the River Cats. Portland at Fresno underway. No score in the second inning. The 1-1 to Dobbs is popped up. Behind shortstop, Speck going out, still going out. Pride coming in, sliding, and he makes the catch. What a play by Curtis Pride. That ball hit blowing away from Speck, the shortstop, and all of a sudden, Curtis cutting across from left field is there and makes a great sliding grab to take a hit away from Greg Dobbs. So 2 down in the 6th inning. That'll bring up Mike Morris, who's 0 for 2. Struck out swinging his last time up. In the American League, Boston walloped Baltimore 10-3. Jason Varitek a grand slam in that game in the first inning. There's a pitch chopped behind the bag at third, backhanded by McPherson. The long throw across on target and in time, and it's a 1-2-3-6th inning for Justin Mosley. After 5.5 here in Salt Lake City, it's the Bees 6, Tacoma 1 on ESPN 1230.
Before you try McDonald's premium roast coffee and a warm tasting McGriddles breakfast sandwich, there's something you should know. These 2 items have a way of bringing everything into life-affirming focus. Take Megan.
Hi.
Megan had a fresh fruit premium roast and McGriddles for the first time today.
And that's when I found out I'm a talented singer-songwriter and a natural blonde.
Well, she is a singer-songwriter.
I'm going to start every day this way.
McGriddles and premium roast coffee, richer and bolder than our previous blends. Wake up and smell your life.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Okay, I didn't actually write that.
I participated in McDonald's.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
Now more Salt Lake Bees baseball on ESPN 1230 AM. Here's Steve Krauke.
We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Henry Morales, Curtis Pride, Ryan Buddy due up to face right-hander Clinton DeJohn. Morales 1 for 2. He lined a single to center field his last time up. Finishing up that Abra scoreboard, they're in the 6th inning at Oakland. Tampa Bay leading the A's 3-1. Mark Ellis with his 3rd home run of the year for Oakland. I believe Ellis is closing in on the most home runs by anyone who in Major League Baseball who's a native of South Dakota. Pitch on the way, grounded to the right side. Youngbauer, the second baseman, up with it. The sidearm toss to first, and that's 1 away. I know Darren Erstad's the all-time leader for North Dakota. 1 out. Here's Curtis Pride, who made that great sliding catch in the top of the 6th inning. Cleveland 1, Seattle nothing. Try batting in the top of the 7th at Safeco. Toronto topped the Angels 3-1. L.A. with just 2 hits in the ball game, spoiling a good outing for John Lackey. White Sox get a run in the 8th to beat Kansas City 3-2. Former Stinger Bobby Jenks' 10th save. Pride swings and misses, strike 1. Hope you had a chance to hear our conversation with Bobby that we had on Friday on Bees Clubhouse on KFAN that we recorded when we were up in Seattle seeing the White Sox play the Mariners. Yankees over Texas 8-5. Minnesota down Detroit 4-2. 0-1 pitch is low. Ball 1 this Friday on the show from 3 to 4 on 1320 KFAN. Another conversation with another former Salt Lake player in the big leagues, Matt Lawton, now with the Mariners. Had a chance to sit down with him that day as well. We had A.J. Przinsky on last week. 1-1 pitch, low and outside, 2-1. National League, Colorado beat Houston for the 2nd straight game, 5-3 the final. Bottom of the 5th at San Diego, the Cubs and the Padres are tied, 3-3. Aramis Ramirez with his 6th home run of the year for Chicago. 2 balls and a strike to count on Pride. And a shot's pitch down the middle for a strike, and it's 2-2. In the 6th at Los Angeles, the Dodgers lead Milwaukee 5-1. Russell Martin, just called up from Las Vegas, has hit his first big league home run in that game. Olmedo signs with his 4th. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Curtis. As the pitch comes home, Pride swings and misses. He struck him out on a slider. Strikeout number 3 for Najat, and there's 2 down here in the 6th. Here's Ryan Buddy, who's 2 for 2. A single and a double, 1 run scored and 1 run batted in. After 3 in Phoenix, a wild one, the Reds scored 4 in the top of the 3rd to go up 4-0. The Snakes came back with 5 in the bottom of the 3rd and lead Cincinnati 5-4. First pitch to Buddy, high ball 1. Adam Dunn and Scott Hatteberg homered for Cincinnati. Sean Green went deep for the Diamondbacks. Tonight, San Francisco is at Philadelphia. The 1-0 to Buddy. Inside as he jumps back out of the way, ball 2. Washington edged Pittsburgh 5-4. St. Louis wallop Florida 9-1, and the Mets get drilled at home by Atlanta 13-3. 2-0 the count on Buddy as Najat delivers. Strike on the inside corner at the knees, 2-1. Here it's the Bees 6 and Tacoma 1 on a brilliant Sunday afternoon here in Salt Lake City. Now Najat ready, the 2-1 offering, and Buddy takes one in the dirt, ball 3. Looks like some of the folks who had been sitting in the stands deciding this was such a nice day that they'd go lay out and watch the game from the grass berms in the outfield. You can still get one of those family passes for just $199. Gets the whole family in on the grass berm for the entire season. The 3-1 pitch to Buddy, and it's low, ball 4. For Najat, that's the second walk that he's issued in the ball game, and that'll bring up Casey Smith, who's 1 for 2. Students can buy a pass for the grass berm for the entire season for just $25. 325 base. Give them a call and say you want a family plan, a family pass, or a student pass. So 2 outs and a runner at first. Najat ready. The pitch. Strike on the inside corner at the bell, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count on Casey. He's about hit Tacoma, 8-4. The 1-strike pitch. Smith swings and lifts one in the air towards left center field. Chew a long run. Will he get there? No, it's off the top of the fence. Headed for third, Buddy. He's being waved around. Cabrera's throw to the plate will not be in time. It's an RBI double for Casey Smith, and it's now 7-1 Salt Lake. Casey with his second 2-base hit and his second run batted in of the year. Hit number 9 for the Bees. Both of Casey's runs batted in and doubles have come against Tacoma pitching. So now here's Reggie Willits, who's 1 for 3. That won a 2-run double in the 3rd that put the Bees ahead as activity begins to stir again in the Tacoma bullpen, as once again it's the right-hander Rich Dorman, who had a start the other day in Colorado Springs. The pitch, low for a ball. He was the starting pitcher in the game that was suspended in the 2nd inning when the fog rolled into Security Service Field and never went away. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. Change-up strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 7-1 Bees. They were held scoreless in the first 2 innings, and they scored at least 1 run in each of the next 4. Najat's 1-1 pitch, and Willits lifts one foul, slicing out of play down the left field side into the upper deck. So the count on Willits 1-2 as that ball in bounces around like a Plinko chip on The Price is Right and ends up downstairs. 1-2 the count on Willits. And a nice crowd here on a Sunday afternoon here at the ballpark at 13 South and West Temple. The 1-2 to Willits. Change up outside at the knees. Ball 2. 2-2 the count. And 6:30 tomorrow to wrap up the homestand and the series. Two balls, two strikes on Willits. Najat stares in and now steps off. Mentioned Najat earlier, led all of minor league baseball for that matter with 214 strikeouts in 02. He led the Texas League with 157 in 03 before the injuries started to get to Najat. 2-2 pitch pulled on the ground on one hop to first. Sears has it, takes it 3 steps to the bag, and that'll do it for Willits and the Bees here in the 6th inning. But the Bees score another run on one hit, no errors, and one runner was left on base. As we go to the 7th, it's the Bees 7 and Tacoma 1 on ESPN 1230.
For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind, to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car, there's a guy you know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
In my mind, I envision delicately crunchy greens, warm, orange-glazed chicken, crisp snow peas, nestled next to tender edamame and sweet, succulent mandarin oranges. My mind drifts as I add rich, ripe red peppers, toasted almonds, and finish it all off with a light sesame ginger dressing. Newman's Own, low-fat variety. McDonald's new Asian salad, one of 4 premium salads, is now a delicious reality. I'm loving it at participating McDonald's.
Now back to more Salt Lake Bees baseball with Steve Klauke on ESPN 1230 AM.
We go to the 7th. The Bees 7, Tacoma 1 as Dustin Mosley ventures into the 7th inning for the first time this year. He'll face Todd Sears, Adam Jones, and Asdrubal Cabrera. Here in the 7th, Sears is struck out and grounded out in 2 plate appearances. Mosley's first pitch to Sears, and it's a little bit high, ball 1. Time now for the Zions Bank 7th inning game summary. 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Salt Lake. 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors for Tacoma. The 1-0 pitch to Sears, swung on, lifted in the air towards left. Tried going back, it's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. An opposite field home run for Todd Sears, and now it's a 7-2 ball game. For Mosley, that is the 4th home run that he has surrendered this year. Sears went the other way with it, got it up into the jet stream, and so now it's a 7-2 game. His 3rd home run of the year and his 15th run batted in. So now for that Zions Bank 7th inning game summary, make it 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Tacoma. The Bees with 2 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. Tacoma 1 in the 1st and 1 in the 7th. Here's Adam Jones, who's grounded out and walked. Tacoma's left 3 runners on base. The Bees have also stranded 3. There's an off-speed pitch over at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. The Bees 7th inning game summary brought to you by Zions Bank. At Zions Bank, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. The 0-1 to Jones is lifted in the air towards left. Curtis Pride coming in towards the line. Now stops and makes the letter high catch for out number 1. Jones retired. That'll bring up Asdrubal Cabrera. He singled and grounded out in 2 plate appearances. So the Bees leading 7-2. Dorman again throwing in the Tacoma bullpen, so we've likely seen the last of Clinton Najat this afternoon. Mosley's pitch to Cabrera, and it's up a little high, ball 1. At one point this year, the Bees had 4 former first-round draft picks in their starting rotation. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Swinging a ground ball. Right side. Gobbled up by Casey Smith. The toss to first, and that's out number 2. 2 away, and that'll bring up Guillermo Quiros, who's 0 for 1. Struck out and walked in 2 plate appearances. Chris Buchek, who is now with the Angels on the disabled list, was a first-round pick in 2000 out of Auburn. Joe Saunders, a first-round pick in 2002 out of Virginia Tech. Jared Weaver, a first-round draft pick in 2004 by the Angels. There's a pitch swung on and skied to center field. Reggie Willits drifting back, now camped underneath it, and he makes the catch to retire the side. Dustin Mosley on the mound, a first-round draft pick by Cincinnati in 2000. 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left on base. 7th inning stretch time brought to you by America First Credit Union. For any financial needs, come to America First Credit Union, where members come first. After 6.5, it's the B7, Tacoma 2 on ESPN 1230.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
Before you try McDonald's premium roast coffee and a warm, tasty McGriddles breakfast sandwich, there's something you should know. These 2 items have a way of bringing everything into life-affirming focus. Take Megan.
Hi.
Megan had a fresh brewed premium roast and McGriddles for the first time today.
And that's when I found out I'm a talented singer-songwriter and a natural blonde.
Well, she is a singer-songwriter.
I'm going to start every day this way.
McGriddles and premium roast coffee, richer and bolder than our previous blend. Wake up and smell your life.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Okay, I didn't actually write that.
At participating McDonald's.
Now let's go back to the ballpark for more Salt Lake Bees baseball. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
As we go to the bottom of the 7th, the Bees lead it by a score now of 7-2, and right-hander Rick Dorman comes on for Tacoma, making his 7th appearance of the year, his 6th out of the bullpen. In 11 1/3 innings, he's given up 12 hits, 9 runs, 7 of them earned. He has struck out 5, but he has walked 12. Dorman's first pitch to Brian Specht is low and inside to the left-hand batter. Ball 1. Dorman is 2-1 with a 5.56 earned run average. The PCL batting .279 against Dorman, who's 6'2", 210 in his 7th year from Medford, Oregon. Specht 0 for 3. The 1-0 pitch to Brian. Off speed and over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Dorman picked up the win, going 2 scoreless innings of relief in the completion of the suspended game a week ago today. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Specht. The pitch. Down low, ball 2. Specht, Nick Gorno, and Dallas McPherson due up. The final numbers on Clint Najat. 6 innings of work, 9 hits allowed, 7 runs all earned. Walked 2, struck out 3. Threw 1 wild pitch and served up a pair of home runs to Dallas McPherson. The 2-1 pitch to Specht inside, and that one hits the right foot of the home plate umpire. And the count on Brian is 3-1. Padres have now taken a 6-3 lead on Chicago, scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th, and they're still batting. Pitch on the way. Specht lines one towards left. Chew a late break, but catches up and makes the letter high catch for out number 1 as he went back on that ball a little bit on the late side, but was able to recover in time. 1 away. That'll bring up Nick Gorno. Scalded the ball his last time up, but caught on a backhanded grab by Greg Dobbs over at third. Other games in progress. Dodgers lead the Brewers 6-1 in the 7th. Diamondbacks 5, Cincinnati 4 in the bottom of the 4th at Phoenix. Pitch on the way. Gorneau takes high. Ball 1. 2 games going on in the American League after 6 at Oakland. Tampa Bay leads the A's 3-1, and Cleveland leads at Seattle 2-0 in the 8th inning. Now the 1-0 pitch. Gorneau takes a breaking ball low. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. Now Dorman winds the 2-0 to Gorneau. Strike on the outside corner at the knees, 2-1. The B's 6th inning run was our Geico Insurance run of the game. The first time after the 5th inning, the B's score a run to add to a lead. Geico Insurance donates $25 to the Air Force Fund. Check your yellow pages to call your local Geico office today. Now Dorman ready, the 2-1. Gorneau taps one foul as it comes up and hits him in the batter's box, and the count's 2-2. That was the 15th Geico Insurance run of the year, making the total donation so far $375. A lefty now up in the Tacoma bullpen. Believe that is David Asher throwing. Now the 2-2 to Gorneau, swinging a foul back to the base of the screen. The count remains even at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes the count on the right-hand batter. Now Dorman ready, up on top of the hill. The right-hander's pitch. Just missed, but quite frankly, I'm not sure where, and the count's full at 3-2. Dorman missed a couple of months last year with an injury to his right hand. Made 10 appearances, 8 starts for the Rainiers, going 4-4. The 3-2 pitch, Gorneau lifts one in the air to center. Jones going back, still going back. It's over his head as it one-hops the wall at the 420 sign. And Gorneau is into second base with a one-out double. His 7th two-base hit of the year. And so now the Bees with a runner at second and 1 out. Brings up Dallas McPherson. McPherson trying to, with an opportunity here to tie the franchise record of 3 home runs in a game, last done by Adam Riggs at Portland on August the 13th of 2004. The others who have done it, Tim McIntosh, Bernardo Brito did it twice, Tom Quinlan, current member of the Cleveland Indians, Casey Blake, current Philly Sal Fasano, and Brian Gordon, who's now with Round Rock, have all hit 3 home runs in a single game. Runner at second base, 1 out, the pitch, and it's a breaking ball strike, 0-1. A lot of people look at this place as a home run haven, but of the 8 opportunities in which there have been 3 homers in one game, 6 of the 8 have come on the road. Tom Quinlan's in July of 95 and Brian Gordon's in June of 04 were here. The rest were all on the road. 1 strike to count on McPherson with Gorneau at second base and 1 out. The pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball, and the count's 0-2. 2 years ago, Dorman was the most valuable pitcher named by the Mariners for their AA affiliate at San Antonio, going 8-4 in 20 starts with a solid 3.48 earned run average. The 0-2 pitch, McPherson swings and he pops it up. Shallow left, Cabrera going out, Chu coming in, and it's Cabrera with the backhanded over-the-shoulder catch for the second out of the inning. He had to go a long way for that one. Chu broke in late on that ball, but Cabrera stayed with it. Here's Jeff Mathis, who's 1 for 3. Dorman has made 3 lifetime appearances against Salt Lake, 2 relief appearances and a start, and in each occasion he has picked up a win. 2 last year, and then the 1 last Sunday in the completion of the suspended game. So Gorneau at second base with 2 outs. The pitch to Mathis is high, ball 1. 6 of the 10 hits for Salt Lake today have been extra base knocks. Now Dorman ready. The 1-0. Breaking ball, and it's the knees. A strike, and the count's even at 1-1. Dorman, 27 years old, in his 7th professional season, originally drafted by Tampa Bay in the 13th round during the 2000 draft. The 1-1. Pitch bounces in, and it's blocked by the catcher, Quiros, and the count's 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. The lefty Asher has sat down now in the Tacoma bullpen. B7, Tacoma 2. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. On what turned out to be a gorgeous afternoon here in Salt Lake City. Temperatures in the low 70s. A lot of folks enjoying the sunshine here today. Gorno, the lead at second base with 2 out. Dorman sets the 2-1 to Mathis. Swing and a miss at a high fastball, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the day began with the Bees leading Tacoma by a half game and Portland by 2.5. Beavers right now are scoreless in the bottom of the 3rd at Fresno. Dorman ready, the 2-2. Swung on and chopped foul in between the coach's box and the bag at 3rd. If there was a coach's box, they don't draw one in here. A couple of places in the league don't. Good way to save on chalk. 2-2 the count on Mathis. Straightaway stance at the plate for the right-hand batter. Dorman ready, and again the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that retires the side. First strikeout for Dorman, the 4th for Tacoma pitching in the ball game. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. We head to the 8th. It's the Bees 7, Tacoma 2 on ESPN 1230.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run. With personalized service and the best rates in town, Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
More Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go to the 8th inning. 7-2 the score in favor of the Bees. Dustin Mosley going out for the 8th inning. Only one other starter this year for Salt Lake has gone 8 innings, and that was Stephen Shell at Tacoma on April the 28th. He pitched 8 shutout innings, and the first pitch to Scott Youngbauer is cut out and missed, a strike 0-1. Youngbauer has bounced to second and grounded into a 3-6-3 double play. So 1 strike on the left-hand batter. The pitch, a breaking ball low, and that evens the count at 1-1. Time now for a look ahead at what's on the road for the Salt Lake Bees, brought to you by Big O Tires. A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Again, the Bees hit the road on Tuesday with 6:05 starts Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. 11:05 a.m. on Thursday at Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha. First visit there, as we mentioned, in 3 years. The 1-2 to Youngbauer. Low for a ball as it bounced in. 2-2 the count. And then it's on to Iowa for 4. Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, Monday night, and Tuesday afternoon. The Bees return home, enjoy an off day, and then an 8-game homestand with Oklahoma and New Orleans before they close out the month of May, Memorial Day weekend in Las Vegas. Here's a swing and a grounder up the middle. The shortstop spec to his left is there. He sets and throws the strike to first for the out. 1 away. Then actually Tacoma is back here at the end of May, the 30th and 31st, as well as the 1st and 2nd of June. And then they don't see each other again until late August up at Cheney Stadium. Here is Shin-Soo Choo, 0 for 3, struck out swinging his last time up. Now the pitch. Change up just outside of the knees to the left-hand batter, ball 1. Want to know the count on Choo. Minor League Player of the Year for the Mariners in 2004 as he takes high, ball 2. That year for the San Antonio Missions, he hit .315, 15 homers, 84 runs batted in. For good measure, he stole 40 bases. Mosley's 2-0 offering. Strike in at the knees, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Choo. Once again, the lefty David Asher throwing in the Tacoma bullpen. Here's a swing and a roll into the right side. Casey Smith handles the belt high bounce and throws to first for the out. 2 up, 2 down. Brings up T.J. Bond, who's 2 for 3. Struck out swinging his last time up. And Dustin Mosley again trying to become the first 5-game winner in the PCL this year. 4-1 coming into the day. Now the first pitch to Bond, cut and miss to strike it at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to the tall, lanky right-handed batter, 6'5", 210 in his 5th professional season at a little tiny Belleville University in Nebraska. There's a curveball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-2. Last year, Vaughn 7th in the Texas League with a .308 average, and he led the entire Mariners organization with 161 hits. Fastball inside, and that one grazes Vaughn's knuckles. And so he'll go to first base, hit by the pitch. Well, wait a minute. Now they're going to say he swung, but if you get hit, I believe it doesn't matter. So now the umpires, the home plate umpire and the first base umpire, will discuss the situation. The first base umpire said it was a swing. The pitch grazed the knuckles of T.J. Bond. And now they're probably going to go over the rule and figure out whether that's a runner at first base or if it's a strikeout. Well, once again, we'll bring out the handy-dandy, and it is considered a strikeout. And so that's it for the Rainiers in the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's the Bees 7, Tacoma 2 on ESPN 1230.
Next.
Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Say, anyone ever tell you you look like Patricia Heaton?
Thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you had me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi, I'm...
the driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me.
Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and serene tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you with auditions?
For quality and selection, Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Dreaming of owning your own home? Cypress Credit Union would like to make your dream a reality with fantastic rates on low-fee construction and mortgage loans. Visit cypresscu.com or speak to a mortgage specialist at 260-7600. We'll help you determine your home buying power and the loan that best fits your needs. Mention this ad and we'll waive the $175 processing fee when you get your mortgage.
Cypress Credit Union. Your future is our future.
Equal housing lender.
Now more Salt Lake Beach baseball on ESPN 1230 AM. Here's Steve Klauke.
Well, we just read the rule book, and yes, indeed, it is a strikeout. The umpires get the call correct. And so Dustin Mosley records his 6th strikeout of the ball game. And now left-hander David Asher comes on here in the bottom of the 8th for the Rainiers. He made his first AAA appearance here the other night against the Bees. Gave up 2 hits, 2 runs in an inning and 2/3, and the Bees 17-7 win over the Rainiers. Well, certainly some of these independent umpires who have filled in during the strike have certainly taken their share of criticism, but let's give them credit where credit is due, as that was indeed the correct call. If you're hit by the pitch, but in the act of swinging, it is a strikeout. So, tough way to go down. But once the umpire at first ruled it a swing, that is considered a strikeout. So David Asher to face Kendry Morales, who's 1 for 3. Rich Dorman goes 1 inning, gives up 1 hit, no runs, and there's a strike in the outside corner at the knees. 1 strikeout, no walks for Dorman. So David Asher taking over here. In the bottom of the 8th, the Bees leading 7-2, and there's a pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Asher, an 8th-round pick in 2005 out of Florida International University. Called up from extended spring training to help fill out this Tacoma pitching staff, which has 6 members of it on the disabled list right now. There's a strike call, a fastball, 1-2 on Morales. Asher last year at rookie league level Everett in the Northwest League, 18 appearances, 1-5 with a 4.79 ERA and 3 saves. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and lined in the left center field for a base hit. Kendry Morales has his 2nd hit of the ball game. Hit number 11 for Salt Lake. That'll bring up Curtis Pride, who's 0 for 2. Asher, a strikeout pitcher last year at Everett. He fanned 40 in just 35 2/3 innings. Facing a left-handed batter in Curtis Pride, lefties hit just 194 against Asher in the rookie league last year. 6 hits and 31 at bats. 7-2 Bees here in the bottom of the 8th. Asher's pitch. Swinging a ground ball, right side, and it gets through into right field for a base hit. Morales will stop at second base, and now Curtis is 23 hits away from 1,200 in his minor league career. That'll bring up Ryan Buddy, who's singled, doubled, walked, scored twice, and driven in a run. So a busy afternoon for Ryan Buddy today. So runners at first and second base, and nobody out. He's trying to make it 2 out of 3 over the Rainiers in this series. As Asher steps off and asks Kiros, the catcher, to go through the series of signs one more time. Asher ready. The pitch to Buddy is high, ball 1. And the Angels lose today 3-1 in a game that took exactly 2 hours to complete, which in itself is amazing. Major league games, I believe, have an extra minute in between innings, a minute and a half here in the minors, 2.5 in the majors to get those extra TV commercials in. 1-0 pitch on the way is a fastball high. The count on Buddy is 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Again tomorrow night to wrap up the series. It'll be lefty Joe Saunders at 3-1 against Francisco Crucetta, 1-2 for Tacoma, or possibly Kevin Apier's 1-0. There's a breaking ball strike in the inside corner at the belt, 2-1. His buddy jumped back out of the way of what he thought was an inside pitch. But not so, says the man in blue, and the count's 2-1. Infield at double play depth behind Asher, who delivers the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a foul. Back to the base of the screen, and the count's even at 2-2. No one throwing in the bullpen, so Dustin Mosley will go out, it appears, in the ninth to try to record the first complete game for the Buzz pitching staff this year. There have only been 3 so far in the league. Two balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Swing and a miss, and a breaking ball down and in. First strikeout for Asher, strikeout number 5 for Tacoma pitching, and that'll bring up Casey Smith, who's 2 for 3 with a double and a run batted in. The others who have complete games so far this year in the Pacific Coast League: Chris Sampson of Round Rock, Edgar Gonzalez of Tucson, and R.A. Dickey of Oklahoma. Dickey, of course, started the year with the Texas Rangers and gave up 6 home runs in 1 game and immediately was sent down. I believe he's even been taken off the 40-man roster. Pitch to Casey, a changeup outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Bees leading 7-2 here in the bottom of the 8th. Asher ready. The pitch. Long on and foul. Back onto the roof behind home plate, and the count so even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Yes, Dickey was taken off the 40-man roster. You just have to wonder if someday the Rangers will ever get the pitching that would make them a winner, because it's always been an organization, at least over the last several years, that could score runs. They would just have problems keeping the other team off the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. The pitch. Swung on line, right center field, base hit. Adam Jones giving chase to cut it off. He does. Rounding third and heading home Morales. Pride goes to third. Into second, standing with another double is Casey Smith. And now the Bees have an 8-2 lead. Casey with his second double and his second run batted in of the afternoon. So the Bees once again have a 6-run lead. And now, batting for Reggie Willits will be Anderson Rosario, getting a chance to play. Rosario, out of extended spring, brought up with him originally when Reggie Willits was called up to the Angels. He's appeared in 5 games so far, but has only batted twice. He's 0 for 2 with a fielder's choice and a strikeout. So Willits leaves, having gone 1 for 4 with 2 runs batted in. The infield in all the way around, with runners at second and third, 1 out, and Rosario swings and misses, strike 1. A lot of talk about the disabled list today. In the major leagues, Gary Sheffield could be headed to the DL with a sore left wrist. Darren Erstad of the Angels with a sore foot. He may go to the disabled list. The 0-1 pitch to Rosario. Swing and a miss, and the count's 0-2. 5,005. A good Sunday afternoon crowd here at the old ballpark. Chris Burke of the Astros placed on the disabled list after dislocating his left shoulder. Crashing into the wall Saturday, going after a fly ball in Colorado. The 0-2 to Rosario. Up high for a ball, 1-2 the count on right-handed hitting Anderson Rosario. Member of the Pioneer League champion Orem Owls last year at .254 in 47 games for the Owls. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Rosario. Asher's pitch sails high for a ball, 2-2 the count. Burke was hurt in the 6th inning Saturday, crashing into the wall in right center, going after a ball hit by Garrett Atkins. Burke's shoulder pops out of the socket and pops back in. Veteran reserve Joe McEwing having his contract purchased from Round Rock to join the Astros. The 2-2 to Rosario, off speed and over, strike 3 called. So Rosario caught looking, and that's out number 2. Brings up Brian Speck, the shortstop. Brian hitless in 4 at-bats. Flied out to left field his last time up. So 2 out, runners at second and third. So with 2 out now, the infield drops back as the Bees lead it 8-2. A pitch, swing and a foul. That one banging off the mask of the catcher Quiros, and the count's 0-1. Quiros will put the mask back on and check his fillings to make sure they're still in place. Nothing and 1 the count on the right-hand hitting Brian Speck, the switch hitter batting right-handed against the lefty Asher, who delivers the 0-1. Swinging a foul back over the screen, headed for a sweep, and in and out of the hands of the gentleman in Suite 12. No balls, 2 strikes. Don't stand up in chair. You didn't catch that one on the fly. Dropped it, and the guy behind you picked it up. No balls, 2 strikes. Now Asher's pitch. Swing and a miss at a curveball. He struck out the side of the 8th, but in between all the strikeouts, 1 run on 3 hits, and 2 runners were left on base. As we go to the 9th, it's the Bees 8, Tacoma 2 on ESPN 1230.
Hi, Stock Exchange? Hi. Can I speak with a bell ringer? Yeah, that's the person who rings that morning bell. Oh, well, I have an announcement to make. Oh, see, I need to tell everyone on the exchange floor that I'm selling my home. Yeah, that's right. I'm selling my home. Oh, well, I need the Dow to stay up. Give those stockbrokers a little added motivation, keep the economy moving so my home will sell faster. Well, it can't hurt.
Okay, so you can't influence the economy, but choosing a Coldwell Banker residential brokerage agent will help you get the best price for your home, no matter what the market conditions are. Coldwell Banker agents are the most well-trained real estate professionals in the business. They're at the cutting edge of local and national market trends. They use the most advanced marketing tools in the industry, and they specialize in strategically positioning your home so it sells on your terms. Get every advantage when you sell your home.
Yep, still me. Still holding for that bell ringer person.
Call a Coldwell Banker professional in your neighborhood or visit UtahHomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the best tire warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. Big O's free replacement warranty is the best in the business and gives you free services with your tires like balancing, rotating, and flat repair. Plus, with Big O Tires speed lane service, you can have your tires mounted, balanced, and on your vehicle in 20 minutes or less. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on Big O Tires.
Now back to more Salt Lake Bees baseball with Steve Kroenke on ESPN 1230 AM.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where the Bees lead 8-2, and on the mound is Justin Mosley trying to record a complete game victory. It'll be the Bees' first complete game since a 7-inning complete game, July 23rd of last year, by Joe Saunders against Las Vegas here. 4-0. Chris Buchek, I believe, had the last 9-inning complete game back in the 2004 season. We'll have to do some research on that for you tomorrow. Greg Dobbs 1 for 3 to lead things off as Justin Mosley delivers. Her ball inside, ball 1. Dobbs, Morse, and Sears, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, are due up. Now Mosley winds the 1-0. Change-up strike, and the count's even at 1-1. 8 runs, 13 hits, no errors for the Bees. 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors for Tacoma. Now Mosley delivers the 1-1. A little bit high, 2-1 the count. Bees with Pride, Rosario, and Gorneau in left, center, and right. McPherson, Speck, Smith, and Morales, the infield third to first. A battery of Mosley pitching and Buddy catching. Here's a swing at a breaking ball and cat foul at the first base side, and the count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Greg Dobbs, Mike Morse, Todd Sears, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the Rainier batting order, due up. There's a pitch, swing, a little dribbler up the third base side. A tough play. Picked up by Buddy. The spins in the throw to first, just in time for the out. What a play by Ryan Buddy, racing out from behind the plate, calling Mosley off, making the bare hand pick up the 360 spin and a stretch to first to get Tom's fine eyelash. 1 out here in the ninth. Here's Mike Morse 0 for 3. Drove in one of the two Tacoma runs with a fielder's choice in the first inning. So 1 out here in the ninth. Mosley's pitch. Breaking ball low, ball 1. Again, 5,005 on a sun-drenched afternoon here at Franklin Covey Field. The outfield straight away as Mosley delivers. Breaking ball, strike in at the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Mosley into his motion, the 1-1. Fastball inside at the belt, ball 2. 2-1 the count. The infield back for the right-handed hitting Mike Morse. As Mosley deals the 2-1. Cut out and missed. A strike 2 and 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tapping the plate with his bat is Morris. Ryan Buddy behind the plate puts the sign down and the target up for the 2-2 pitch. Just a little bit low, ball 3. 3-2 the count on Morris with Todd Sears due next. Full count of 3-2, the payoff pitch. Swing and a grounder, backhanded by Mosley on a nice play. The turn of the toss to first for out number 2. That ball hit to the third base side of the mound. Mosley's a right-hander. His momentum pulls him over to the first base side, but he was down on one knee and reached out with a backhand and was able to glove that ball cleanly for out number 2 as he throws to first for the out. Now here's Todd Sears, who homered his last time up, going to the opposite field and left. He's 1 for 3. And now Mosley ready. And the pitch misses, ball 1. Final from Nashville. New Orleans a winner over the Sounds 10-7. The 1-0 pitch on the way. A breaking ball striking at the knees. That evens the count at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Mosley's pitch. Outside at the belt, ball 2. So 2-1 the count. As Mosley tries to finish it off. The 2-1 pitch. Sears hits a one-hopper to short. Backhanded by Speck. The long throw. That's the ball game. A 9-inning complete game win for Justin Mosley. As he accepts a handshake and a hug from Ryan Buddy. The first 9-inning complete game for a Salt Lake pitcher in 2 years. As he goes the distance, giving up just 5 hits and 2 runs for the victory. In the 9th inning, as he becomes also the first 5-game winner in the league. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Handshakes and high fives all around with a final score. The Salt Lake Bees 8 and the Tacoma Rainiers 2. Back with the 10th inning show next on ESPN 1230.
The game is over and the fans are headed home. Stay tuned. The 10th inning show is coming up next. You've been listening to Salt Lake Bees Baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.
Next.
Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Say, anyone ever tell you look like Patricia Heaton?
Oh, thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you had me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi, I'm...
the driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me.
Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh,
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and terrine tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you with auditions?
For quality and selection, Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind, to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car, there's a guy you know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
Welcome to the 10th Inning Show, a complete recap of today's game, as well as a look at other games around the major leagues and the Pacific Coast League. Once again, let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
A magnificent performance this afternoon by pitcher Dustin Mosley, a 9-inning complete Game 5 hitter, as the Bees defeat Tacoma by a final score of 8-2. Here are the totals. For Salt Lake, 8 runs on 13 hits, no errors, and they left 6 runners on base. For Tacoma, 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and they left 3 runners on base. The winning pitcher, Dustin Mosley, now 5-1, the first 5-game winner in the PCL. The losing pitcher is Quentin Najad. His record drops to 3-2. Time of the game, a snappy 2 hours, 24 minutes. The paid attendance, 5,005. Again, Mosley striking out 6, walking 2, keeping the Tacoma hitters off balance for the better part of the afternoon. While the Bees able to score in 4 straight innings for all intents and purposes, putting the game away with 2 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and then 1 more in the 8th inning. Dallas McPherson, a pair of solo homers. A big day for the bottom of the order coming into the day. Ryan Buddy was batting 143. Casey Smith was hitting 133, but Ryan was 2 for 3 with a double, a run batted in, and 2 runs scored. Casey Smith was 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 runs batted in. So the Bees are now 18-11 on the year and move up to a 1.5 lead again over second place Tacoma, which drops to 16-12 on the season. The Bees now lead the season series 4-3 and are up 2-1 in this series, with the 4th and final game coming your way tomorrow night, which we'll preview a little bit later on. But coming up next, a check of the Ampera scoreboard after this 2-minute timeout on ESPN 1230.
Himself to tell you about Papa John's specialty pizzas.
A specialty pizza with an unexpected taste. That's the way I like it. Choose any of our specialty pizzas like Hawaiian barbecue chicken, the works, the meat, or garden fresh. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Limited delivery area, charges may apply.
It's back, and the sequel is even hotter than the original. It's Honda's Spring into Action 2 sales event at Plaza Cycle. Honda's blockbuster sales event returns with more thrills, more savings, and more action than ever. Starring Honda's off-road competition vibes, the CRF 450X and the CRF 250X. This time, the story includes 0 down payment, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2007 upon approved credit with your Honda card. And how about this for a plot twist? Take advantage of $150 in bonus bucks with select 2005 models and get $500 in factory-to-dealer incentives on select CRF models. Spring into Action 2. Now playing at Plaza Cycle, 1379 West, 3300 South Salt Lake. Hurry in. You've got to move fast or get left behind. That
After 9 months, minimum fixed monthly payment of 2.5%. Original balance, 18.9% fixed APR through GE Money Bank. Bonus bucks and factory to dealer incentive good with purchase on selected model. Proper goods for 53106. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
If you're in the market for a home theater system or a new TV, RC Willie is the only place to shop. No one has a larger selection of complete home theater systems, high-definition big screens, flat panel LCD, and plasma TVs. Items are in stock for same-day delivery. Choose from the name brands you prefer, including Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, Mitsubishi, and Toshiba. Come in today and find out how you can pay 0 interest for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more. RC Woolley, one place, so many possibilities.
Now let's go back to the ballpark for more Salt Lake Bees baseball. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
All right, welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where the Bees defeated Tacoma this afternoon by a score of 8-2. Time now for one last look at today's average scoreboard. In the Pacific Coast League, New Orleans outlasted Nashville by a score of 10-7. At Colorado Springs, Las Vegas scored 2 runs in the 7th to defeat the Sky Sox 4-2. Round Rock shut out Omaha 4-0. The Express have now won 9 in a row. Iowa rallied with 2 in the 9th and 1 in the 10th to defeat Memphis 5-4 to take the first 3 games of that series. Oklahoma suffered its 9th straight loss, falling at Albuquerque 8-7. At Sacramento in the 7th, Tucson leads the River Cats 6-5, and in the 5th at Fresno, Portland leads the Grizzlies by a score of 1-0. In the American League, Tampa Bay leads at Oakland 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Mark Ellis and Frank Thomas have homered for the A's. The Angels managed just 2 hits in a 3-1 loss at Toronto. The Yankees outlast Texas 8-5. At Boston, the Red Sox rout the Orioles 10-3. Chicago pushes across a run in the 8th to beat Kansas City 3-2, and Cleveland shut out Seattle 2-0. In the National League, the Padres are batting in the bottom of the 8th, leading the Cubs 6-3. In Los Angeles in the 9th, the Dodgers lead the Brewers 10-1. In the bottom of the 6th at Phoenix, Cincinnati now leads Arizona 8-5. Later on, San Francisco's at Philadelphia. National League Finals, Pittsburgh lost at Washington 5-4. St. Louis pounded Florida 9-1. The Braves rout the Mets in New York 13-3, and Colorado beats Houston by a final score of 5-3. And that's your average scoreboard. Back with some of the scoring highlights from this afternoon's game right after this on ESPN 1230.
In my mind, I envision delicately crunchy greens, warm orange glazed chicken, crisp snow peas nestled next to tender edamame and sweet, succulent mandarin oranges. My mind drifts as I add rich, ripe red peppers, toasted almonds, and finish it all off with a light sesame ginger dressing. New Menzone, low-fat variety. McDonald's new Asian salad, one of 4 premium salads, is now a delicious reality. I'm loving it at participating McDonald's.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
Before you try McDonald's premium roast coffee and a warm, tasty McGriddles breakfast sandwich, there's something you should know. These 2 items have a way of bringing everything into life-affirming focus. It's Megan.
Hi.
Megan had a fresh brewed premium roast and McGriddles for the first time today.
And that's when I found out I'm a talented singer-songwriter and a natural blonde.
Well, she is a singer-songwriter.
I'm going to start every day this way.
McGriddles and premium roast coffee, richer and bolder than our previous blend. Wake up and smell your life.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Okay, I didn't actually write that.
I participated at McDonald's.
More Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1230 AM.
Nope. All right, welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where for the second straight day, Tacoma takes the lead in the first inning. T.J. Bond singled to center, moved to third on a base hit by Greg Dobbs, and scored on a fielder's choice off the bat of Mike Morse to make it 1-0 Rainiers. But the Bees would take the lead in the third. Curtis Pride walked. Ryan Buddy singled to right, advancing Pride to second. Casey Smith punched a single into right field, but Pride was thrown out at the plate. Smith taking second on the throw through, and the Bees had runners at second and third with one out for Reggie Willett facing Clinton Najat. Now Najat from the stretch, the 2-0 pitch to Willett. Swung on and ripped fair inside the bag at first and down the right field line. It hits the chair and bounces into the seats. That'll be an automatic double, and 2 runs across as the Bees take a 2-1 lead. So 2-1 at that point, and then they would expand on that lead as Dallas McPherson led off in the fourth inning. The 2-1 pitch. McPherson swings and cranks one to right center field. Bond going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it is gone. A line drive home run off the bat of Dallas McPherson. His 7th of the year and his 4th against Tacoma pitching, and the Bees lead it 3-1. McPherson now has homered in 4 straight games. That's one shy of the franchise record. They weren't done, though, in the inning as Mathis reached on an infield single. Kendry Morales with a base hit advanced Mathis to third, who then scored on the fielder's choice by Curtis Pride. Pride then took second base when the infield had not called time and no one was covering second base. That put him in scoring position for Ryan Buddy. Najat ready, and the pitch to Buddy. Pride takes off for third. There's a ground ball fair. Passed out down the left field line. Pride walks around third and heads home. Buddy is into second base with an RBI double, and the Bees now lead it 5-1. McPherson would homer again in the 5th to make it 6-1. An RBI double by Casey Smith in the 6th made it 7-1. After a Todd Sears home run in the 7th made it 7-2. An RBI double again by Casey Smith in the 8th inning put the capper on the day as the Bees come away with the win by a score of 8-2. The series in the homestand wraps up tomorrow, and we'll preview that game for you right after this final timeout on ESPN 1230.
For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind: to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car, there's a guy you know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
Now more Salt Lake Bees baseball on ESPN 1230 AM. Here's Steve Krause.
Well, the Bees with a great performance today by Dustin Mosley and some timely hitting up and down the batting order, and the Bees win it by a final score of 8-2, the final game of this series and homestand. Tomorrow night at 6:30, it's family night. Get your family night vouchers at Harmons and come on out to the ballpark. It'll be left-hander Joe Saunders with a record of 3-1, taking on right-hander Francisco Cruchetto. 1-2 is the scheduled pitcher as we have it. But there has been some rumblings. We mentioned that Kevin Apier may get the start. Either way, it's a 6:30 game. Hope you can make it out to the ballpark for the final game of the series. If not, we'll be on the air at 6:10 with the On Deck Circle. Our thanks to Jeff back in our studios here in Salt Lake City, and our thanks to you for listening. Once again, in 2 hours, 24 minutes, and in front of 5,005, the final score. The Salt Lake Bees 8, the Tacoma Rainiers 2. I'm Steve Klauke saying good night and so long from the ballpark.
This has been the 10th Inning Show. Make sure to be with us next time for Salt Lake Bees baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.